Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, everyone. God-level undead, the country will take me to rob the tomb. Chapter 1. Shaw Kingdom, North, Hybing City. Adventurer Academy. The grand day of awakening. Thousands of students lined up on the playground. A huge stone monument of awakening stood quietly in front of everyone. As long as the students whose names are called step forward and touch the giant stone monument 1 foot high, they will have a certain probability of gaining professional awakening. Liang Dong, awaken the life profession writer. Li Laoba, awaken to life profession gourmet. Zhao Chang, awakening failed. Lu Yu, awakening failed. Tang San, awakening failed. No, I don't want to wear a yellow robe. What a thief. This is your way to death. I have done good deeds throughout my life, why can't I become an awakened person? Awakening meetings are brutal. Only 1 in 5 people can get God's blessing and successfully change jobs. Among this group of people, those who are awakened by the fighting profession are even rarer. The average is only 1/10. And most of them come from various families, because the descendants of awakened people are more likely to have awakened people. Lorraine, congratulations on awakening the combat profession, 100 Flowers Swordsman. Lorraine, a beautiful girl with black hair shawl, a high-end JK outfit, and black pantyhose wrapping her slender legs. After touching the awakening stone tablet, the entire stone tablet emits a dazzling purple light. In the void, petals filled with light fell. Vision manifestation, a rare profession. In the sky, a flow of energy information pours down, which is a blessing from heaven. Lorraine's body changed and she gained new talents and professional skill trees. After awakening, her temperament became more noble, and there was a faint fragrance of flowers and plants floating around her. Fascinating. Wow, is that the beauty of Luo University? I have awakened a rare combat profession. How lucky I am. The beauty of Luo University is the daughter of the Lord of Hybing City. It's normal for her to be able to awaken a rare profession. Oh my god, Zhou Bai of the Zhou family has also awakened the rare profession, Fire Mage. Every student who awakens a rare combat profession can cause a sensation in the entire audience. Lin Chuan stood in the crowd, feeling a little uneasy. He is a time traveler, he came to this world exactly 18 years ago, and he is a transmigration. In this world, there are parents and the most beloved younger siblings. A commoner family, although not rich and powerful, is very warm and happy. But after all, it is a third child, and raising 3 children, the parents have suffered a lot in recent years. Lin Chuan worked hard to learn theoretical knowledge and various general skills, such as basic sword skills, fireball skills, and gun drawing skills. He has done his best and can get into the top 10 in the school every time he takes the exam. You know, in this extraordinary world with actual combat assessments, it is already very difficult for a child from a civilian family to be among the top 10. The hard work, sweat, and effort put in by Lin Chuan are at least 10 times that of his peers. Lin Chuan clenched his fists and prayed in his heart. The awakening must be successful. This is his first, and possibly only, chance to make a class jump and give his parents a better life. 3 pure ones are above, hallelujah, Amitabha, all gods and gods, bless and bless you, amen. Lin Chuan prayed in his heart, and finally his name was called on the radio. Go up and queue up. A few minutes later, Lin Chuan walked to the awakening stone. Touch it with one hand. A buzz. Suddenly, a black beam of light shot straight into the sky from the 1 foot high awakening stone tablet. A terrible vision erupted, shocking everyone. In an instant, the clear sky was immediately shrouded in darkness, the sky and the earth lost color, and the sun and moon lost their light. Large cracks in the void opened, and demon eyes hundreds of miles in size appeared and flickered in the cracks. That scene was like the road from hell to the world being opened. Thousands of ghosts wailed, the sky wept, the wind roared, and in the sky, the phantom of an ancient demon god appeared. Lin Chuan was immediately deceived. I'll throw your nuts away. It is estimated that the awakening was successful, and there was a strange phenomenon, obviously a rare profession was awakened. But what the hell is this scene about? What's going on with this awakening vision that seems to be destroying the world and ending the world? The special effects are too much. After a while, after waking up, I would go home to eat, or I would be taken away by the relevant departments to be sliced. Or just one step, a peanut, and send me to death. On the playground, there were students, teachers, and the middle-aged principal, a 47-level boxer who was the tallest in the field. They all looked at the dark sky, their hearts trembling. In this scene, their bodies were numb, their minds were distracted, and they were unable to move at all. Next moment, boom boom boom, the endless dark energy turned into a waterfall falling from the Tianhe River. Lin Chuan bathed in it, accepting the talents and skill trees transmitted by heaven. Reminders also appeared in my mind. Awakening and job transfer successful. The only profession. The supreme mythical necromantic system. King of eternal night. Necromancy. Apart from my love of visiting Hell Joke Bar to have some fun, there is nothing that fits the characteristics of this profession. I am such a sunny and cheerful boy, please wake up to me. But after all, he is at the highest myth level, so his talents should be pretty good. Lin Chuan was a little excited in his heart. The vision dissipated, and everyone looked at Lin Chuan with shocked eyes. The teacher said bravely, Lin Chuan, you have awakened the only profession, necromancer. King of eternal night, congratulations. On the playground, everyone was chatting away. The advanced profession of the necromancer. No wonder there are such eerie visions. This guy must be a sinister villain. He might like to eat children. Stay away from him in the future. You, my brother, is a very kind person. Last time we were in the wild, we saw a lost purple rabbit. My brother was afraid that it would be sad that it could not find a home, so he stewed it directly. How dare you say that my brother is not a good person for his compassionate and righteous actions? Quote. Lin Chuan's gay friend, Chu Yun, a big man, spoke angrily for Lin Chuan. This man has well-developed limbs and a simple mind. He is a bit like Shachun in Charlotte. He is very loyal. This time he has also switched to a rare profession, a barbarian warrior, which suits him. Listening to what you said, I kind of understand why he switched to the necromancy department. After all, it's a combat profession, I'm envious. And King Yongye sounds so handsome. Brother Lin Chuan, please take us to paint pictures together in the future. The pretty girl joked to Lin Chuan. Okay. Lin Chuan responded, but in fact his attention was already on the attribute panel. Name, Lin Chuan. Occupation, King of Eternal Night. Level, 1/100. Experience value, 0. Attributes, Strength 1.2, Speed 1.5, Defense 1.1, Wisdom 25. Attribute points, 0. Talents, Awakening of the Undead mythical level, Infinite Summoning mythical level, Master of the Dead mythical level, God level, Evolution mythical level. Awakening of the Dead, Resurrection of the Dead with peak strength, independent consciousness, and absolute loyalty. Unlimited summoning, there is no upper limit to the dead space, unlimited resurrection, storage of the dead, and no cooldown for summoning. Lord of the Dead, randomly master the talents or skills of the undead. God level evolution, undead can be synthesized and advanced. Skills, Summon of the Dead Army LV1, Awakening LV1, Fireball LV1, Basic Swordsmanship LV1, Gun Drawing LV1, Instant Kick LV1, Star Bullet LV1. Combat rating, 3 stars. Undead Army Summoning Level 1. 2 Level 1 Undead Warriors can be summoned with the help of a corpse. The cooldown is 3 minutes. There can be up to 10 undead units on the field. Due to the mythical talent, this restriction has been lifted. No cooldown, no upper limit. Awakening LV1. Resurrect the dead and randomly extract talents and skills, which can be stored in the space of the dead. Great, it is indeed a mythical level, and its skills are very awesome. There is no cooldown for summoning. As long as there are enough corpses, Lin Chuan can create a natural disaster army in minutes. Moreover, the undead can be stored in an unlimited space and can be taken and used at will, which is so convenient that it is explosive. The meaning of skills is that resuscitation can resurrect everything. You can also extract talents or skills from the undead, and the resurrected undead are absolutely loyal. God, this profession is amazing. As long as enough undead are revived, he can even transform into a natural disaster boss. Imagine how powerful the awakened one will be with thousands of talent entries and close skills. When playing a certain dungeon-like game in his previous life, Lin Chuan liked to play the summoning profession, and it was easy to brush the map. This time, facing a real copy, similar professions have another huge advantage. Safety. There is only one word with the sound of Ming in every dictionary. Although it is a world of game rules, it is reality after all. You only have one life. You don't have to fight monsters yourself, which at least makes you safer. It would be best to add a stealth skill and let the undead fight the whole process. Wouldn't it be beautiful? When I was thinking about it, suddenly, in the sky, a black griffin flew through the sky and rushed towards the playground like a shooting star. On the back of the griffin, a cloaked figure sat astride it, holding a large bow in its hand. Tisk tisk tisk. The 3 feathered arrows turned into 3 streams of light, breaking through the air, spinning and intertwining, killing Lin Chuan. This is the level 30 skill of the archer, piercing arrow. Lin Chuan was shocked. Someone actually came to assassinate him. The vision of his awakening was so great that it naturally attracted some people's attention. In Daxia, professionals belong to many camps, including official professionals, the military, and major guilds. In addition, there are some human traders and professionals who have defected to the monster forces in the demon world. This group of people will take action every year after the awakening day to assassinate professionals who have not yet grown up. Unexpectedly, he received such treatment immediately after awakening. Lin Chuan is only at level 1 now, with the highest intelligence attribute of 25 points, but other attributes have not changed much, and there is no time to get out of the way. At the critical moment, the principal turned into a blue light and flashed in front of Lin Chuan. With one punch, blue fist flames shot into the sky, and the fist wind surged. Shatter all 3 arrows into pieces. Protect students. A shout. Several paladin teachers immediately summoned their weapons. In a flash of light, shields, swords, and crosses appeared in their hands. The holy light bless you. Light shield deployed. The holy light shines, and various protective skills shine, covering Lin Chuan. Several teachers protected Lin Chuan as if facing a formidable enemy. This is the Adventure Academy, the only professional who has been waiting for many years to come. As long as you grow up, you will be the overlord in the future. How can there be any loss? How can we let you human traitors and demonic believers be killed in advance? The principal is a blue fist holy envoy, and long-distance attacks are not his strong suit. But in the academy, there are many long-range professions such as archers, mages, and gunners. Boom boom boom. The teachers who were transferred to gunnery division were completely angry. Laser beams, anti-tank guns, and Gatling bullets blasted the sky. Boom. One of the anti-tank guns directly blew the griffin's head into pieces. The cloaked assassin fell from the sky and fell to the ground. The teachers of the college immediately stepped forward to capture him. But when he came to that person, he had already crushed the poison in his teeth and was completely dead. He died just like that. He really got an advantage. Lin Chuan, are you injured? Principal Zhou Quan asked with concern. I'm fine, thank you principal for helping me. You are a student of the academy. We naturally have to protect your safety in school. That's what's next, we might be in trouble. As soon as this happened, Lin Chuan had a headache. A soul professional is very rare. There are probably a lot of people who want him dead, and this is just the first wave. At this moment, there was a strong pressure in the sky. 3 figures flew from the distant sky and landed on the college playground. The leader was an old man with gray hair on his temples but a majestic figure. He was dressed in a silver suit and had a short haircut. He looked a bit like the naval hero garb. Lin Chuan recognized this person. It is the level 58 Blue Fist, god of war Qin Shan, who supports the giant city in the north and is the backbone of the human race. He once guarded the Great Wall of the North on his own and resisted 3 monster sieges. He is a well-deserved hero of the human race. Lin Chuan also knew the man next to him, who was carrying a long sword, wearing ancient clothes and a green shirt, and dressed as a middle-aged Confucian scholar. He is the city lord of Haibing City, a level 47 Taoist swordsman, who can freeze the clouds and Luo Tianan with one sword. Third person. She is a young beauty with long silver hair, wheat skin, a military uniform, and a beret. She obviously came from the military area. The principal looked at the old man, shocked. Teacher, why are you here? This old man was also the principal's former teacher. Seeing his former student, Qin Shan, who was as serious as a mountain, stretched his eyebrows slightly, he spoke. I happened to be in Haibing City and noticed something strange, so I came to take a look. These bugs from the devil's realm are attacking our students again. Fortunately, you took action in time. Qin Shan praised the teachers and turned to look at Lin Chuan. Classmate, are you the one who caused the dark phenomenon in the sky just now? What is your name? Lin Chuan responded. My name is Lin Chuan. Qin Shan looked at it for a moment, nodded and said, yes, very energetic. Which profession have you awakened from? The advanced profession of the necromancer is called the King of Eternal Night. Necromancy. Speaking of this department, the female sergeant sighed inaudibly. It's a bit of a pity. I thought it was a profession like black magician, which deals explosive damage. The result is a dead spirit. Hybing City, after finally accumulating luck, welcomes the only professional. This is much rarer than rare professions. But unfortunately, it turned out to be the necromancy system. Whether it is a necromancer, a beast master, or a summoner, they all have two major flaws. One is the summoned objects, which are not very intelligent. The beast masters are a little better. The summoned objects of the necromancers and summoners are sometimes a disaster. Strategies for some top-level dungeons, these professions are difficult to participate in. Maybe the summons will trigger traps and mechanisms, which will be a disservice. Furthermore, for people in this type of profession, the individual masters are generally not very strong. You don't have an advantage in PK. If you get close to an assassin, you'll be dead, and you won't have a chance to fight back. As for brushing the copy, it is easier to brush some simple copies at first. In the later stages, the disadvantages of low-level summons such as insufficient output and too clumsy summons will slowly become apparent. But after all, it is the only profession. What if there is something really unique that fills the shortcomings of the necromancy system? Qin Shan said, the only profession, 1 in a million. If you grasp it well, it will become a success. Classmate, do you know about the Rising Star Training Camp? Rising Star Training Camp is an organization in Liaodong Province that focuses on cultivating outstanding awakeners. Specially conduct special training for a group of geniuses before the college entrance examination. In this way, we can hit famous schools and improve Liaodong Province's top scores in the National College Entrance Examination. As long as you can join this training camp and enter a good professional university, it is basically a sure thing. Of course the students know this. Lin Chuan was a little excited. Okay, this is a ticket to the secret realm. In 3 days, the ruins of Giant City will be opened. Hybing City will organize an assessment. If you can get the top 10 rankings, you will be qualified to join the Rising Stars training camp. During these 3 days, I will send someone to protect your safety. Quote. City Lord Luo Tianan said directly. During this period, please stay at my place first. Qin Shan took out an admission ticket and prepared to give it to Lin Chuan. There is only a limit to what he can do now, and the assessment in 3 days' time can be considered a test. If Lin Chuan is indeed talented enough, becomes a rising star, and is admitted to a prestigious school, the country will naturally give him adequate protection. If he wasn't a genius, most of the assassins would stop attacking him. After all, the number of bugs like demon cultists is not unlimited. They hide in the shadows and will not take action easily. Otherwise, in order to kill an ordinary person and lose a member of the congregation who has worked hard to cultivate, wouldn't it be worth the loss? But, just 3 days of protection for yourself, how is it enough? Lin Chuan still has family members. What if they take action against his parents, younger brothers and sisters? After weighing it, Lin Chuan made a decision. Directly report your trump cards to the country. This is a big gamble. Nowadays, games invade reality and the world is in turmoil. Daxia attaches great importance to the cultivation of talents. If Lin Chuan can show his value, it will be of great benefit to him. But I rashly wanted to be alone and show off my invincible resurrection ability. There are also certain dangers. But now, Lin Chuan couldn't wait any longer. He must ask the state to immediately protect him and his family. After all, if this strange phenomenon breaks out and the first wave of assassinations fails, the other party may have already started planning the second and third waves. Is this the backbone of the human race worthy of trust? Lin Chuan decided to make a big gamble. Mr. Qin, I have something I want to report to you. Can you please take a moment to speak? Lin Chuan looked at the human backbone with burning eyes. Even though Qin Shan, who was at level 58, restrained his aura, he still gave people a huge sense of oppression when he got closer. It was a chilling aura that he had cultivated after going through thousands of battles. Okay, Qin Shan nodded. Although his time is precious, Lin Chuan is, after all, a sole professional. Lin Chuan, I want to take the griffin and the body of the archer with me. 2 dead bodies, covered in blood. Who wants to touch it? Very unlucky. Lord Luo City and Miss Han Yun from the military region, 2 big shots, frowned and didn't want to touch her. At this time, Principal Joquan stepped forward to save the situation. Classmate Lin, can I listen to what you want to say? Sure, okay, then I'll take these 2 bodies. The principal grabbed the griffin's arm with one hand and the assassin's leg with the other. The griffin may weigh close to a ton, but in front of the power professional Blue Fist principal, it's almost like carrying a baby chicken. God of War Qin Shan, the principal, the city lord, Miss Han, and Lin Chuan left and headed to the gymnasium. In fact, although awakened people who appear to have visions of heaven and earth are rare in the entire Daxia kingdom, there are only a dozen or so every year. For example, this year, in a city adjacent to Haibing City, there was a young man who changed jobs and had a strange phenomenon of soaring into the sky for 10 days. Qin Shan has seen many geniuses, and he knows many of them as the sole professional. Arriving inside the empty venue, Qin Shan took out a shield-shaped prop. Buzz. A mask of light emerged, temporarily blocking the surrounding area. Created a small barrier. The outside world cannot spy. City Lord Luo. Classmate, you can speak now. Lin Chuan. Mr. City Lord, please wait a moment, I will explain everything with actions. Only half of the giant griffin's head was hanging down, still bleeding. And the killer who committed suicide by taking poison had no breath of life. Lin Chuan stood in front of the 2 of them, raising his white hands. Resurrection. The resuscitation spell was activated, and a circular magic circle appeared under the 2 corpses. An extraordinary display of great power. The black wind circulated, and 2 corpses floated into the sky. The next moment, the wounds all over their bodies were restored to their original state, and strange black lines appeared on their skin. Truly resurrected. Just like before his death, his strength has not been weakened in any way. This, City Lord Luo has never seen the undead have such skills. The necromancy system does not only use corpses to summon undead or hellish creatures. How could Lin Chuan still resurrect the dead? The principal was thoughtful, extremely surprised, and at the same time ecstatic. Could Lin Chuan revive living beings? Hoo-ho! Lin Chuan breathed heavily. The resurrection ceremony consumed a lot of energy and mana. It felt like running a 10-kilometer marathon. Lin Chuan bent over, holding his knees with his hands, and was covered in sweat. After all, he was only level 1, and he resurrected a level 25 flying combat mount and a level 32 ranger archer. The consumption is too great. 2/3 of the MP mana in the body was immediately drained. But there are benefits. Don't forget, Lin Chuan also has a talent called Undead Master. You can randomly obtain the talents or skills of the undead under your command. You have resurrected a level 25 Griffin Beast bronze level. Talent obtained. Strong Smell bronze level, Sense of Smell plus 50. You resurrected the level 32 Ranger Archer. Talent obtained. Advanced Archery bronze level. Suddenly, Lin Chuan felt that there was a lot of experience in shooting in his mind. It seems that after studying the art of bow and arrow for more than 10 years, he now shoots with amazing accuracy. At the same time, his sense of smell has become more sensitive, reaching the level of a hunter griffin. This world, items, monsters, and skill levels are divided into ordinary, black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, star, legend, epic, king, peerless, myth. Come up and get 2 bronze talents, which is not bad. The beauty in the military area looked at Lin Chuan with her eyes wide open. Even Qin Shan, who had seen countless powerful demon bosses and geniuses from all over the world, felt his face twitch and had to change his expression. Qin Shan asked in a trembling voice, "Classmate Lin, is this resurrection temporary or permanent?" Lin Chuan, it is a permanent resurrection, and it has self-awareness, the highest level of strength in life. City Lord Luo was shocked. What kind of incredible skill effect was this? Permanent resurrection. If this is the case, the powerful generals of his Sha kingdom are all equivalent to possessing immortality at the beginning. Of course, it is not realistic for Lin Chuan to go to the cemetery and resurrect those generals. After all, just resurrecting these two people was already very difficult for Lin Chuan, as if his body had been hollowed out. Han Yun also asked questions. The summons of the necromantic system generally have a range of movement and cannot leave the summoner too far. What about these people? For me, there are no such restrictions. Even if they are 10,000 kilometers away from me, they can move around as they please, but I cannot ask them to enter the dungeon alone. Also, to me, resurrecting a real person seems to consume some of my lifespan. But resurrecting duplicate creatures, such as the griffin, is just a simple loss of mana. The personal panel will only display some attributes. But there are also some hidden attributes that the panel will not display, such as lifespan. The ability to resurrect is against the law of heaven and reincarnation, so resurrecting a real person in reality will cause some harm to Lin Chuan himself. Shaving some life off of him. But don't worry too much. The higher the level, the longer the professional's lifespan. If you can become a god, living for millions of years is not a problem. Qin Shan. What an incredible ability. Lin Chuan's ability can be used in many places. Even if it doesn't need to be used to resurrect those dead warriors, just being able to resurrect duplicate creatures for one's own use is already quite potential. This world is not so much a game fused with reality. It would be better to say that the planet accidentally entered a game universe. This blue star is extremely huge, thousands of times larger than the Earth in Lin Chuan's previous life. In the wild, there are all kinds of monsters. Virus zombies, beast elves, mechanical creations, demon creatures, different copies contain completely different technological civilizations. Magic crystal technology, magic steam, cyberpunk, void zerg, cultivation weapon. In recent years, due to fighting various monsters, human science and technology have also experienced explosive development. But the speed is still a bit slow. If you can bring the bosses and captives such as mad scientists in the dungeon out of reality and let them be used for your own use, that is of extremely extraordinary significance to the Sha kingdom and the entire human race. Qin Shan solemnly said, "Okay. Lin Chuan, you are fine. Your abilities are very powerful. And, thank you very much for your trust in us." Quote. Having such an incredible ability, he did not hide it, but reported it to himself. This is a kind of trust in yourself and the country behind you. I will report your matter to a higher level. You can be sure that the entire country will attach great importance to your abilities. Lin Chuan scratched his head. Mr. Qin, I just hope that you can protect me and the safety of my parents and relatives. After all, I woke up today and made a big noise. A killer will come to assassinate me immediately. I'm afraid they missed a hit and will attack my relatives in the future. Lord Luo City said, "This is certain, you can rest assured. The country attaches great importance to the protection of the families of important talents." Qin Shan applauded in his heart. He thought wholeheartedly about his family. He was a good boy. The huge stone in Lin Chuan's heart was slightly relieved. But I didn't give up completely. It is not Lin Chuan's principle to place his safety entirely on others. The state can send some personnel to protect the safety of parents, younger brothers and sisters. But this was not enough for Lin Chuan. Protect your own family. Lin Chuan was also planning in his mind. It would be best to find an opportunity to resurrect some senior professionals and let them serve as his subordinates to protect his family. Han Yun held her jade arms and looked at the killer who was resurrected by Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan, does this person retain the memory of his life? Lin Chuan nodded, fully reserved. Han Yun clenched her fists, her snow-white cheeks flushed with excitement. Very good. Lin Chuan, do you know that the most troublesome thing about our militaries dealing with the Demon Realm's cultists is this? This group of human traitors who have been brainwashed and bewitched are extremely fanatical. Every time they are about to be captured, they will break their teeth and poison themselves with toxins. Now, we have this person. Maybe we can use him to follow the clues and eliminate these demon cultists hidden in our Haibing city in one fell swoop. When Qin Shan heard this, his eyes lit up. This is indeed an opportunity. And when the time comes to take action, there is no need to consider catching people alive. It is much easier to act with the goal of annihilating the enemy than to capture them alive. The ability to resurrect people for one's own use is truly outrageous. Han Yun, Lin Chuan, you may need to use your resurrection ability. But don't worry, the military once conquered a large raid and obtained a large amount of Fountain of Life potion. This sacred secret medicine can directly increase lifespan, and there is no upper limit on its use. Although I cherish it very much, if it were you, I believe the military would provide you with a large amount of the Fountain of Life. In the copy, this kind of strange medicine can actually be produced. If the Fountain of Life can be obtained in large quantities, then even if Lin Chuan resurrects the dead human beings, there will be no loss. Lin Chuan immediately said, if the national military needs me, I will go all out. Qin Shan applauded in his heart and admired Lin Chuan more and more. Good, very good. But classmate Lin, I just used a detection method on you. Your 4-dimensional attributes, except for the intelligence attribute which is acceptable, are much worse than those of students of the same level. There is nothing we can do about it. Lin Chuan is just an ordinary family. His parents opened a small restaurant and the business was average. Throughout the year, apart from expenses, I basically work for the food delivery platform and the landlord. There is no money left to improve his attributes. Although your ability can be recommended to many universities, you should also know the importance of a copy of the college entrance examination. The college entrance examination copy has extremely generous rewards. There will be a large Tiandao stone tablet recording all exam takers. Professionals with the best results can also receive additional rewards from heaven. It could be talents, skills, advanced sets, or even rare job transfer books. In this world, with the existence of job transfer books, many people can start a second or third career. Qin Shan, in these 3 days, I will send someone to help you brush up your skills and seize the time to improve your strength. At least the level must be raised to level 10 or above. The 3-dimensional attributes must be raised to 3 digits. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to compete in the new star training camp. Lin Chuan's resurrection ability is a secret. Don't be exposed easily. You want to enter the new star training camp and get a lot of benefits there. Lin Chuan still needs to work hard himself. Reach the top 10 in the assessment. The Rising Stars training camp has been fair and impartial since its inception and has never opened a backdoor to anyone. It is impossible for anyone to destroy this excellent tradition. This is a Pandora's box that must not be opened. If there is one, there are 2. When the time comes, anyone can send their own people in. If the institution that cultivates geniuses loses its fairness, wouldn't it be a mess? Lin Chuan. Student understands, thank you very much, Mr. Qin. Qin Shan. Well, go back and tell your family that you are safe, and then come with me today. 3 days are very short. During these 3 days, you have to read the book of knowledge about the necromancy system to enrich your understanding of the profession. In addition, in the next few days, I will introduce you to a master of the necromancy system. I hope you will seize the opportunity and learn more skills. Quote, for professionals, in addition to the skills that come with the skill tree, many of the innate skills are obtained by reading various knowledge books and learning from senior bosses. There is no doubt about the strength of the master that the god of war Qin Shan calls him. Thank you, Mr. Qin. Lin Chuan was slightly excited. Qin Shan said to Han Yun again, Han Yun, the matter of hunting down the demon believers will be left to you. Put it on me, Lin Chuan, please. Han Yun smiled charmingly. The professionals who revived Lin Chuan only listened to Lin Chuan's words. He said in a stern voice, from today on, you will follow the military and do everything you can to help them annihilate the demon sect members. Do you understand? The shooter who was resurrected by Lin Chuan still retained his personality and talked freely. Boss, this is not good. Those people are my beloved relatives and friends, brothers and sisters. Got more money. Lin Chuan was ashamed. What the hell, just do whatever I want. Don't talk nonsense. I will take back my power and make you die again in a minute. Believe it or not. Okay, you are the boss, of course I will listen to you. Lin Chuan. Also, give me your crystal card and storage module. The shooter's face was in pain, but he couldn't do anything to disobey Lin Chuan. I had no choice but to hand over the crystal card and the largest storage module on my body. The storage module is a Rubik's Cube-like luminous crystal that can be directly integrated into the body and used as a system backpack. His storage module is pretty good, with a total of 16 compartments. Each grid is an independent small space, just like an online game, where various materials, props, medicines, and weapons can be placed. At this time, the interior of the storage module is empty. The archer was very poor, so Lin Chuan left him a 4-grid storage module to hold various arrows. The crystal card contains all the shooter's savings. A total of 16 gold, 50 silver and 15 bronze. Lin Chuan looked down upon him. You're over 30, you only have so little money, you poor guy. Boss, archers spend a lot of money buying all kinds of explosive arrows and ice arrows. And most of my money was spent on the griffin I just bought. If I hadn't had money, how could I have accepted the mission to assassinate you in the first place? Lin Chuan became furious when he mentioned the assassination. Lin Chuan said coldly, "Can you contact those people in the demon world now?" Shooter, I'm sorry, boss. After I died, I was kicked out of the demon network immediately and I can no longer log into the demon world network. Demonic cultists have their own private network, which is like a guild channel in an online game. With the help of this network, many things can be done, such as exchanging information, issuing tasks, conducting transactions across the air, and teleporting into certain special space strongholds. Not only the demon believers, but also the Sha Kingdom's military and major guilds have the ability to build networks. But I still remember a hidden stronghold in Haibing City. Lin Chuan, okay, you go tell Miss Han these things, and you must do your best to cooperate with Miss Han and the others. Follow your orders. Those who want to harm the boss will all die. The shooter clenched his fists and said with excitement. Han Yun is a resolute woman. Without further delay, I will take him back to the military headquarters now. Try to be one step ahead and catch all those demon cultists in one go. Lest they take action against more geniuses in Haibing City. With that said, he was about to take people away. The cloaked shooter sneered, "Boss, can this griffin temporarily take my place?" Lin Chuan glanced coldly. "Do you think it's possible? You are already dead, how can I let you fly in the sky so arrogantly?" The summoned level 25 battle griffin is already much more powerful than the level 1 skeleton summoned by Lin Chuan with the help of corpses. Lin Chuan looked at the griffin. It was more than 3 meters long, with a lion's body and an eagle's head, much larger than an adult male lion. It is covered in tawny fur, with 2 wings spread out, and is nearly 6 meters tall. Cast a scout. Name, Battle Griffin. Race, Orc. Level, 25. Attributes, Strength 150, Defense 95, Speed 310, Wisdom 70. Talents, Flight Bronze, Wind Control Bronze, Eagle Sight Bronze, Smell Bronze, Hunting Instinct Bronze. Skills, Claw Strike Black Iron LV2, Wind Cut Bronze LV3, Cull Black Iron LV2. Origin, a legendary creature, a magical creature described in Babylonian mythology. It has the body of a griffin and the head of an eagle, and has 2 wings on its back. It can be used as a flying mount and has strong combat power. It comes from D902, a copy of the Wizarding World series. According to the current exploration and speculation of professionals in various countries. In this world, many of the dungeons that can be entered are actually parallel blue stars that have perished. Now, Blue Star is also in the midst of tremendous changes. If you cannot resist the invasion of replica creatures, Blue Star will also perish and become a new copy, and the creatures of Blue Star will be transformed into monsters by the power of heaven. This is also the reason why the fighting profession has a noble status and is highly respected. They shoulder the responsibility of protecting mankind. Generally speaking, mounted beast controlling pets need to purchase a special pet backpack module to store them in the space. But Lin Chuan is not that troublesome. This griffin belongs to his resurrected undead and can be directly collected into the undead space and summoned at any time. With a wave of his hand, the griffin disappeared. Han Yun called a military pickup truck and secretly took the cloaked shooter away. Lin Chuan left with Mr. Qinshan, Principal Zhou Quan, and City Lord Luo Tianan. This made everyone in the entire academy both shocked and envious. "Thank you, Monkey Thunder." The principal drives the car himself. Wow, is Lin Chuan attracted by the old man? I'm so lucky. Once I wake up to my only profession, my life will change. Do you think Lin Chuan can use this talent to be selected into the new star training camp in 3 days? Impossible, absolutely impossible. He was an ordinary person before, with very low 3-dimensional attributes. Although he has awakened his only profession, it is too difficult to catch up in 3 days. And these 3 days, the other geniuses didn't just wait for him to catch up. Take Zhou Bai as an example. He has been exposed to all kinds of elixirs, secret fruits, and guidance from famous teachers since he was a child. He has activated countless talents. Now his 4-dimensional attributes are all over 100. How can Lin Chuan pursue him? Zhou Bai, a cold-hearted young man with broken red hair covering his eyes, originally awakened as a rare professional fire mage. He was in a good mood, but now, Lin Chuan had stolen the limelight, which made him a little unhappy. Everyone knows what they say. There are hundreds of colleges in Haibing City, but there are only 10 places in total. Among them, there are many children from big families, and there are many who are directly passed down by the god of war every year. Even I am barely 10% sure of entering the new star training camp. How could Lin Chuan be able to do that? It's not like you can soar into the sky just by awakening your only profession. Quote. Zhou Bai's words make sense. In fact, most of the masters in the country today have ordinary job transfers and rare job transfers. Being the only one who changes jobs is not all an advantage. There are also disadvantages. For example, mass occupations are developed by generations of ancestors, making it easier to pass on from master to apprentice. As the only person who changes jobs, he can only explore everything by himself. And here among professionals, level 50 is a big dividing line. All professionals, after level 50, need to complete the second transfer mission. Only after completing the second transfer can you continue to upgrade. Otherwise, you will be stuck at level 50 forever. However, once you pass the path of awakening, you will receive a lot of benefits, such as new and stronger skill trees, talents, etc. Among them, ordinary professionals have the simplest tasks, while soul professionals have the most difficult tasks. After all, once the job transfer is successful, they will receive the most generous rewards. There are gains and losses in this. The students, some envious and some jealous, watched the principal's Mazda slowly drive out of the school gate. In the back seat of the car, Qin Shan was in a good mood. Lin Chuan's abilities can be used in many places, and he must be cultivated. Classmate Lin, although you are the only profession, you are also a necromancer. I have an old friend who is also a necromancer. You may be able to learn some talents or skills from him. But remember, only learn skills, and don't learn other messy bad habits. Lin Chuan was curious. What bad habit is Mr. Qin referring to? Qin Shan couldn't open his mouth, so the city lord Luo Tianan's face twitched and he gave a vague reminder. Lin Chuan, do you know a profession called werewolf hunter? Lin Chuan nodded. Luo Tianan. Werewolf hunters are gifted with the ability to transform into werewolves. Over time, their habits will also change. This group of people will gradually lose their interest in humans, and instead feel that those little female wolves in the wild are becoming more and more unique and more beautiful. Quote. Lin Chuan was shocked. There is such a thing. Luo Tianan. Not all are like this, some werewolf hunters are like this. By analogy with the necromancer, you should understand. Werewolves love wolves. What would the undead like? Mud. Lin Chuan didn't dare to think any more. Qin Shan. So I say, don't learn any bad habits from him, otherwise your popularity will become very bad. Qin Shan said and dialed a phone number. Hey, Lao Lu. There was a lazy male voice on the other end of the phone, as if he had just woken up. After all, the necromancer type prefers to operate at night. Old man, why are you calling me at this time? Qin Shan. Give you a chance to reorganize the language. What, you're going to die? Tell the military department to put the body away. With your God of War level vitality corpse, I can at least summon 3 God of War level bone dragons. Normal undead spirits use corpses to summon undead creatures. The corpse is a sacrifice to them. The more powerful the sacrifice, the more powerful the hell creature summoned. Qin Shan. Old boy, you can't say anything nice. What on earth is going on? If you have something to say, say it quickly, and if you have anything to say it quickly. Okay, nothing happened. It's just that I found a student who has awakened the only profession in the necromantic system. His name is King Nyongye. Haha, it seems that you are not very interested, so you can continue to sleep. Quote. Snapped. Qin Shan hung up the phone with a sinister tone. As a result, the phone's ringtone started ringing immediately. The little yellow flower of the story has been floating since the year I was born. Once. Qin Shan counted darkly. Twice. Qin Shan didn't answer the call until he counted the 10th call. As soon as he answered the call, the other party yelled. Qin Shan, what do you mean? You dare to hang up the labor and management phone? Qin Shan, old Lu. My signal is not very good. Hang up now. I will call you again when we wait for the military area. Wait a minute, Qin Shan. Brother Qin, on this year's awakening day, you have the only professional of the necromancy system. Yes, and this kid's talent is even shocking to me. Okay, Haibing City, right, just wait, I'll be there right away. When can we arrive? Tomorrow morning. Lao Qin, tell me what kind of talent he has. It would surprise people like you. You'll know when you get here. After a while, Qin Shan hung up again. An hour later, Mazda drove to the northern military district of Daxia Kingdom. This is Lin Chuan's first time here. I was extremely shocked. Through the car window, you can clearly see the 100-meter-high black steel city wall, which is entirely made of high-strength alloy and is loaded with countless giant cannons and laser weapons. The game invades reality, the world changes drastically, and a large number of monsters appear in the wild. The northern forest mountains are the hardest hit areas. Every year there will be a tide of beasts and monsters siege the city. The northern military region is tasked with guarding Liaodong province. Lin Chuan saw huge armed transport planes constantly whizzing past in the sky, capturing giant beasts one by one and sending them to the Military Research Institute. In addition, there are some modified, semi-mechanical beasts with 6 barrels embedded in their shoulders. Qin Shan introduced. These are biochemical war beasts made by conquering several apocalyptic hunting grounds and using the biotechnology obtained from them. But it's still just a prototype and lacks many key technologies. If you can kill Dr. Z in the hunting ground and bring him out of the dungeon, Daxia's biotechnology will improve at least 10 times faster. Lin Chuan, I will try my best, but I simply can't enter that level of dungeon now. Don't worry about it now. In 3 days, I will help you catch up with the top students. The base is huge, covering an area of hundreds of miles. The car drove all the way into the compound built on the mountain with beautiful and pleasant scenery. Nursing building, Qin Shan's personal office on the 3rd floor. When Lin Chuan, Qin Shan and others first arrived, 3 lieutenant-level officers in their early 40s were already waiting in advance. The 3 of them are the backbone of Qin Shan's command. Mr. Qin. As soon as they saw Qin Shan, the 3 of them immediately saluted and greeted him with a smile. They had endless respect for this hero who was the backbone of the human race and resisted several monster sieges. Mr. Qin, do you have any mission for calling us here this time? It can be said to be a mission, or it can be said to be my personal entrustment. The 3 of them were a little surprised when they heard this. Mr. Qin actually wanted to ask them something. This must be done well, done authentically, and done beautifully. Mr. Qin, tell me. This is easy too. Let's help this classmate to level up. Mr. Qin pointed at Lin Chuan and said with a smile. What, did I hear it wrong? This is a commission from Mr. Qin, the god of war. The 3 lieutenants looked at each other. Qin Shan chuckled and crossed his arms. What, you guys have been busy recently or have other difficulties? Qin Shan has always been open-minded, so naturally the people under his command also have something to say. Mr. Qin, we are all professionals in our early 40s after all. You called us here this time. I thought there was a level 40 King's copy that we needed to quell. The result is that we are asked to bring a level 1 professional to paint the map. 3 people, just in line with the combination of combat law and animal husbandry. Qin Shan, you 3, do you think I am overqualifying myself by asking you to lead Lin Chuan to paint pictures? The 3 of them did not speak and responded with silence. Ha ha ha, Qin Shan laughed loudly. The warlord warrior, the priest of light, the master of lightning. The reason why I need you 3 is very simple. 3 o'clock in total. First, I brought you 3 here. I know you very well and can trust you the most. Second, this mission is not just a short-term mission. You are all elites of the Northern Military Region. This mission is likely to last until Lin Chuan is above level 40. Third, the significance of this mission is far more important than you think. This incident is very likely to affect the fate of my country, Daxia, and even the fate of the entire human race. Quote, isn't this a bit exaggerated? If these words were not spoken by the god of war of Qinshan, the three of them thought they were spoken by the magician at the roadside fortune-telling stall. Thunder Master Zhang Long, Warlord Soldier Zhao Hu, and Pastor He Guangming all became short of breath for a moment. Zhang Long said, Mr. Qin, how do you say this? Qin Shan, did any of you see the vision of heaven and earth above Haibing City today? Zhao Hu smiled and said, I saw it. This year is really a golden age for talents. We were at the base and saw strange phenomena in the sky and the earth in several directions. There was darkness coming to the world, the devil's eyes tearing apart the void, 10 bright suns lining the sky, and golden dragons soaring into the sky. It's really a feast for the eyes today. It is estimated that this year it is very likely that hundreds of unique professionals will appear. The emergence of more and more professionals shows that games and reality have become more closely integrated. It is very likely that more advanced dungeons will appear in the future, and the level limit for professionals will also increase. Currently, the highest level is level 70. It is estimated that as time goes by, this upper limit will soon be raised to level 80, level 90, and level 100. Just like game version iterations. Zhang Long was surprised. Could it be that this Lin Chuan is one of them? Qin Shan. Yes, his profession is called Lord of the Night, and it has extremely high strategic significance. Let me tell you this, Lin Chuan can resurrect everything. He has already demonstrated this ability in front of me. You three should be able to imagine the possible impact of this ability, right? Three people shocked. Zhao Hu's eyes widened. What? Can resurrect everything? He Guangming was very excited. Doesn't that mean that those dead comrades still have hope of resurrection? Lin Chuan, please resurrect my good brother. I can keep swiping pictures with you, and I will win in 10 years. Lin Chuan scratched his head. 3 lieutenants, I still need to upgrade and raise my life level in order to resurrect more people. After all, resurrecting a real person requires consuming my own life force, which consumes a lot of money on me. As for the levels and life levels of real people who are too many above mine, it is not that easy to resurrect. Quote. Zhao Hu immediately said, okay. We will definitely help you upgrade seriously. Those who are closer to the water come first, and if they have a good relationship with Lin Chuan, wouldn't they be able to give priority to their dead brothers and enjoy the benefits of resurrection? Qin Shan, you three, do you have no doubts now? No more. I just want to say, Mr. Qin, you are so wise. Zhao Hu gave a thumbs up. Qin Shan, stop flattering, you three must stay in the dungeon and take care of Lin Chuan's safety. In 3 days, it is best to bring Lin Chuan to level 15. The single-player copy of the Nova training camp this time is the ruins of Giant City, according to the information we have. There is probably a copy of Dr. Z in the ruins of Giant City. If Lin Chuan can bring that clone into reality, the biotechnology of the Northern Military Region will immediately make rapid progress. Dr. Z led the research and development of almost all the monsters in the entire Doomsday Hunting Grounds series. But this mad scientist has a lot of clones. I don't know where his real body is at all. Fortunately, every clone has incredible technology and data in its hands. If Dr. Z can be captured, let him be used by Daxia. Perhaps the next time there is a beast tide, the Northern Military Region can use biochemical beasts to resist it. This will benefit tens of millions, even hundreds of millions, of Northern people. The three of them completely understood the meaning of leading Lin Chuan to upgrade the map. He Guangming patted his chest. Mr. Qin, don't worry. I would rather die in the dungeon than let Lin Chuan get even the slightest injury. Thunder Master Zhang Long smiled confidently. I will crush any dungeon below level 40 at will. Okay, but you three, remember not to expose the news. If anyone asks, just say that Lin Chuan is Lu Yu's disciple. You are selling Lu Yu's face to lead him to upgrade throughout the process. Do you understand? The infiltration of the demon world is terrifying. In the northern military region, there are also traitors who have defected. For various reasons, they have been coerced, seduced, or joined the demon world forces for power. Therefore, Lin Chuan's matter cannot be publicized with great fanfare. This is a kind of protection for him. In addition, the entire world is not monolithic. If other countries know about Lin Chuan's ability, they will inevitably have thoughts about Lin Chuan. If Lin Chuan is not available, the idea of assassination may even arise. After all, assassinations of scientists from other countries have happened before. You guys, start planning your upgrade route now. Lin Chuan, here are 3 team experience scrolls. The team experience scroll can ensure that Lin Chuan's experience is obtained normally. One sheet can last for a day. Generally speaking, if the levels of people in the team are too different, low-level people will be debuffed by heaven. If they cannot make enough contributions to killing monsters, the amount of experience gained will be weakened. Therefore, it is not easy to bring pictures for a second-rate young man like Joe Bai. Usually they spend money to find a high-level auxiliary profession, give him a strengthening buff, and then they can brush it themselves. The efficiency is also good. Or let senior professionals kill the monsters until only a trace of blood is left, and then let them kill them. However, it is of course not as convenient as using a team experience scroll. Directly offset the debuff and get 100% experience without doing anything. Team experience scroll, this thing is extremely rare. On the black market, each one costs 100,000 gold coins, and is difficult to buy. In the military region, contribution points can be exchanged. This time, Qinshan consumed a full 3,000 contribution points. Thank you, Mr. Qin. Work hard, maybe our future depends on you. Qin Shan patted Lin Chuan on the shoulder. He is very optimistic about Lin Chuan and has high hopes. Lin Chuan kept this feeling silently in his heart. I'll make the plans. Pastor He Guangming is the team leader among the 3. Very capable of leadership and preparation. After taking over Mr. Qin's task, he immediately took action. Zhao Hu, take my information card and go to the logistics department to exchange it for the ancient elf secret medicine, a copy of the escape stone, as well as various life potions and life-saving props. The secret medicine of ancient elves has twice the experience effect. This stuff isn't cheap either. Zhao Huhao said angrily. My contribution is enough, I just come. Zhang Long suggested. Lin Chuan is at level 1 now. I feel like there are no dungeons suitable for him. How about playing in the wild first? Wait until you reach level 5, then go to the Lost City and kill those catastrophic zombies. He Guangming shook his head. No, it's too slow to follow the steps. Lin Chuan, I'm going to take you directly to the level 35 copy of Sakura City. What do you think? Zhang Long exclaimed. This is too risky. Qin Shan looked on without speaking. Zhang Long shouted. He Guangming, don't you know what level the monsters there are? What if something happens if we are not careful? Quote. If you brush the level 35 book at level 1, your experience will definitely be doubled. High-level monsters themselves will give more experience, but Lin Chuan's level difference is huge, and it can more than triple. Rapid upgrades are inevitable, but there is a catch. Too dangerous. Sakura City is also a copy of the Doomsday Hunting Ground series, and has more monsters, including many long-range elite monsters. With just one wipe, Lin Chuan may die. But as the saying goes, wealth can be found in danger. Especially Lin Chuan's ability, if he can resurrect some level 35 Sakura City monsters, or even bosses. For future pictures, Lin Chuan can just brush them. I agree, Lin Chuan said. It's too slow to do it step by step. Lin Chuan originally started later than many children from big families. At the moment, some of the most favored people in heaven even have 4-dimensional attributes, and their total has exceeded 1,000. Although Lin Chuan has a unique profession, according to Lieutenant Zhao Hu, the number of unique professions in the country has exploded this year. He must work hard and improve himself faster. Lin Chuan's ambition is not just to join the new star training camp. If you can get a rank in the college entrance examination copy set up by Tiandao, the reward at that time will be the most exciting. Of course, the difficulty of the National Unified College Entrance Examination can be imagined. Hundreds of millions of students participated in the exam, and a real army crossed the single plank bridge. Zhang Long, the heavenly master of Thunder Law, has a conservative temperament. Lin Chuan, you have thought it over carefully. You know, even if the three of us brush up, we can't guarantee that the whole process will be completely unscathed. If you are attacked by a monster in Sakura City, you may actually die. Lin Chuan, wealth can be found in danger, and time is of the essence. Give it a try first, and I will be responsible for my safety. If there is any danger, I will immediately leave the dungeon in advance. He Guangming praised Lin Chuan's idea. If you want to become a truly strong person, you must have the courage to face difficulties. The number of times a professional can enter the dungeon every day is limited. There are only 3 days to refresh the dungeon, and these times must be used wisely. After entering, I will give you a series of protective buffs. Your current strength must rise quickly. Otherwise, it will be too difficult to enter the new star training camp. In this new star training camp, you have to rush in no matter what. There is an exclusive secret realm inside. I heard that in the Dragon Blood spiritual pool, a genius baptized the body there and activated a trace of dragon blood. Dragon Bloodline. It is the lowest level of Black Iron Dragon Bloodline, which can increase each of the 4 dimensions by more than 50. If you reach the bronze level, you can even get talents. No wonder Rising Star Training Camp is so important. Even if you want to break your head, you have to go in. Lin Chuan's heart was moved. Thank you, Lieutenant He, for reminding me. I will try my best. Haha, I'm not much older than you. You don't need to call me Lieutenant. Just call me Da He. Then I'll call you Brother He. He Guangming patted Lin Chuan's back eagerly. Haha, just because you said Brother He, you can rest assured when you enter Sakura City. After a while, Zhao Hu returned from the exchange. Items are in his storage module. As soon as he came back, he immediately initiated a transaction with Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan answered. A transaction page immediately appeared in front of him. Same as in the game. On both sides are their own toolbars, and Zhao Hu moves items one by one. Zhao Hu, okay, click transaction. Lin Chuan did as he was told. Transaction complete. You have obtained 10 bottles of Ancient Elf Secret Medicine, gold 10 Dungeon Separation Crystals, gold 10 bottles of Sea-Level Healing Potions, silver 3 Straw Substitutes, silver Remy's Assistance, platinum 3 bottles. Sea-Level Healing Potion, after taking it, will take effect within 2 minutes and repair physical wounds. The substitute straw is a magical prop. It can protect the owner from a fatal injury. Originally this was a special skill for mages, but the scarecrow here has been injected with complete magic spells in advance, so everyone can use it. The principle is similar to the talisman engraving spell. Remy's Aid is a high-level potion synthesized by the master alchemist, able to instantly heal most physical wounds and restore mana. Platinum-level potions are relatively expensive, and Zhao Hu's contribution points are only enough to exchange for 3 bottles. Thanks, Zhao Hu. Ha ha ha, Lin Chuan, I have to resurrect my brother first when the time comes. Must. On Lin Chuan's side, everything is ready. The 4 of them drove a modified military jeep to the Sakura City copy. The entrance to the Sakura City dungeon is outside Haibing City. It is very close to the Northern Military Region garrison, only a 5-minute drive. Zhao Hu introduced while driving. Lin Chuan, do you know who was the first person to pass the level in Sakura City? Lin Chuan shook his head. I don't know. Zhao Hu, it's the team led by Mr. Qin and Mr. Liu. That was more than 20 years ago. The team that passes the dungeon for the first time can obtain the right to operate the dungeon. Mr. Qin and Mr. Liu have made a lot of money over the years just by selling dungeon tickets. If you pass the dungeon for the first time, you can obtain the right to operate the dungeon. Of course, there are requirements. The team level must be within a limited range. For example, if a level 60 boss clears a level 5 dungeon for the first time, it will be useless. Heaven will not award him the right to operate the dungeon. This is also the military, major guilds, and families. Do your best to recruit talents of all levels and strive for the first pass of the dungeon. The profits here are too great, and it's a one-and-done thing. The jeep arrives. It was a somewhat crude square, surrounded by some second and third floor shops. Because of the emergence of dungeons, professionals of more than 30 levels often come here to refresh the map. Over time, a small neighborhood developed here. In the center of the square, a huge whirlpool more than 3 feet tall stood in the void. As long as you redeem the ticket, you can enter the Sakura City dungeon from the whirlpool. At this time, there were many professionals in the square. There are also businesses that set up stalls and sell props on the spot. The shouts came and went. Sakura City, Adventure Difficulty, Level 4 to 2, has good output but needs some milk. Leading a team with a Level 49 gunnery division, you can have 5 bosses for 10 gold each, and each leader has 30 gold. It's a small profit, and you only earn money for the wear and tear of the firearms. Fresh ingredients just released from Sakura City. Silver Wolf Fang costs 50 silver each, first come first served. Selling antidotes of all levels. Specialized in combating various zombie toxins. The feeling given to Lin Chuan here is very similar to that of brushing up on online games in his previous life. Wearing military uniforms and driving a military jeep, the 4 of them attracted the attention of many people around them as soon as they appeared. Zhao Hu and others have become accustomed to this kind of thing. The 4 of them came to the automatic ticket office. Zhong Long, normal level, adventure level, warrior level, king level, purgatory level. There are 5 difficulty levels, which one should we choose? He Guangming looked at Lin Chuan and asked what he meant. Lin Chuan asked, what level can the 3 of you achieve if you don't take me with you? Zhong Long, Sakura City is a level 35 dungeon. How can we say it? We are also elites in the military region. We are equipped with platinum equipment, and the weapons are platinum weapons that are strengthened by 10. It's not difficult to clear purgatory. Lin Chuan. Then let's go to purgatory. Sakura Castle can only be spawned 3 times a day, and the monsters in the purgatory difficulty are 10 times stronger than the normal level. This monster is strong enough. He Guangming. Okay, just exchange for the purgatory copy. Once the level is cleared, Lin Chuan can't resurrect the undead. If he resurrects the 4 bosses, Lin Chuan can do it alone next time. Zhong Long. Okay, Lao He, don't worry about anything after entering. You are only responsible for protecting Lin Chuan's safety. He Guangming. I know, I'll do the work, don't worry. Purchased 4 tickets to the purgatory level. A total of 4 gold was spent. Later, under the leadership of Captain He Guangming, everyone walked into the whirlpool and entered the dungeon. This surprised everyone around him. Are these professionals from the military? I seem to have seen a student in their team. I just voted for a reconnaissance, and that student is only level 1. Come and do this, you are crazy. That's not how upgrades work. Isn't this nonsense? Buzz. The 4 people passed through the vortex, and the huge vortex in the void instantly burst out with a fierce red light. Purgatory level. What they entered is still purgatory level. People from the northern military region, this is too crazy. The golden armored archer in the purgatory level, the power of 1 arrow is enough to make that kid explode. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. No one has ever leveled up with a picture in such a way to seek death. This is crazy. ... Dungeon name. Sakura City. Difficulty. Purgatory level. Level. Recommended level 35 to 39. Type. Level breaking copy. World. D1878 Doomsday Hunting Ground Parallel World Fold. Background. The leader of the Doomsday disaster, the crazy biological scientist Dr. Z, gained super intelligence after being affected by the Emerald Agent. In order to fight against the Human Alliance, his subordinates used the Emerald Potion to resurrect the Ghostface General from Sakura Castle thousands of years ago and his subordinate Anime Heim. The surging tide of corpses, the roaring biochemical beasts, and the Ghostface General that makes the soul tremble. This beautiful city of cherry blossoms has become a hell on earth with no life or death. When Lin Chuan opened his eyes again, the scene in his eyes had changed. To be honest, this was his first time entering a dungeon. Unexpectedly, it was directly the level 35 purgatory copy of Sakura City. This is an island, with a stone staircase in front of you and lush woods around it. Looking forward, there is a Japanese-style palace built on the mountain. Zhong Long, Zhao Hu and others immediately summoned their respective equipment after entering the dungeon. Zhao Hu is a warlord warrior, tall, wearing golden armor. The left hand is holding a huge and thick shield. The right hand is holding a heavy gun. Weapons like blunderbuss are very ferocious. Even if a long gun is equipped with a cannon, it can slash, stab, and fire cannons from a distance. Thunder Master Zhang Long is a profession exclusive to the East. After entering, he summons his equipment, wears a Taoist robe and robes, and looks at the fairy aura floating in the air. He Guangming was a priest. After entering, he immediately started buffing everyone, especially Lin Chuan. You have received the blessing of light. Attack with additional light power. You have obtained a sacred shield. The maximum shield value is 100,000. Duration 3 minutes. You have received the blessing of honor. Strength plus 250, intelligence plus 250. You have obtained the guardian badge. Defense plus 300, life plus 3000. One buff after another, blessing the body. Lin Chuan looked at his various attributes on the panel, which were increasing rapidly. Originally he only had 560 health and 420 mana. As a result, he Guangming was blessed with a buff. The health value has surged to 6300. The mana value has also skyrocketed to 5500. With an improvement of more than 10 times, no wonder you must bring a nanny when you are clearing the base, which directly doubles your combat power. Of course, Lin Chuan's basic attributes are too low, which is why the improvement is so outrageous. And these attributes are temporary. Zhao Hu shouted. In one breath, enter the palace and kill the ghost-faced general. Zhang Long. Okay, you gather the monsters, and I'll kill them instantly. After saying this, he turned around and asked He Guangming worriedly. Guangming, please protect brother Xiaochuan. He Guangming finished blessing Lin Chuan and raised one hand. Boom, a golden lightning struck his hand and turned into a golden war hammer. Don't forget, I am a combat priest with dual training as a combat assistant and can wield a sledgehammer. Rush. The four of them walked along the steps of the mountain road and started to break through the level. Groups of zombies were roaring. Soon, Lin Chuan saw the monster. They are all ordinary zombies, wearing the clothes of ancient island villagers. Their bodies were bruised and they moved quickly. Many of them were monsters with halos under their feet. This is an elite monster. There are many of them in the Purgatory dungeon, and they are stronger than ordinary monsters. Come on, who else is there? Zhao Hu shouted loudly and activated his skill to taunt the halo. Holding the shield high and glowing red, all the zombies in the field went crazy, their eyes were scarlet. Attacked towards Zhao Hu. There were dozens of zombies from ordinary villagers. Lin Chuan threw himself at one of the zombies to investigate. Zombie. HP 650,000, attack power 2,300, defense power 3,500, speed 3.5, talents, biochemical power bronze, biochemical defense bronze, skills, bite bronze LV3, blood clot bronze LV4. Lin Chuan was stunned, just an ordinary monster already had this attribute. 2 talents, more than 600,000 HP, more than 2,000 attack power, and more than 3,000 defense. It is indeed a level 35 Purgatory difficulty copy. It's really dangerous. 40 or 50 monsters gathered. Someone among them saw Lin Chuan outside the circle of ridicule and rushed towards him crazily. High speed. Boom. He Guangming used 2 hammers to knock the zombies rushing towards Lin Chuan away into Zhao Hu's taunting field. Hold your monster. He Guangming cursed angrily. Thunder Master Zhang Long took action boldly, holding a thunder talisman between his 2 fingers. Throw it towards the circle of monsters. Thunder array. The thunder talisman was thrown forward. Boom boom boom. In the void, thick lightning arcs bombarded down. Every zombie struck by lightning was shaken all over, its bloodline dropped visibly to the naked eye, and it died quickly. Lin Chuan also received extremely generous experience rewards. Your teammate killed the Purgatory level village zombie LV35. Because the level difference with yours is 34, he gained an additional 3.4 times the experience. With the bonus of the Ancient Elf Secret Medicine, you gained 4.4 times the experience, for a total of 11,290 experience points. Your teammates killed the Purgatory Village Zombie LV35, and you gained 11,290 experience points. Happiness comes too suddenly. Lin Chuan gained 620,950 experience points from 51 Purgatory level villager zombies. These experience points are enough to reach level 10 or above. But Lin Chuan was not in a hurry to upgrade immediately. Zhang Long asked excitedly, Brother Xiaochuan, how much experience did you gain in that wave just now? It's very rich, with 600,000 experience points. There are so many. Maybe if you finish them all in one go, Xiaochuan will be able to reach level 20. He Guangming's face turned red. I didn't expect there to be so many. Work harder and reach level 30 in 3 days. I know that when it comes to the college entrance examination, there will be 8 immortals crossing the sea, each showing his or her own magical powers, including ruthless people above level 40. They have appeared in previous years. So strong. But it's normal to think about it. A child from a top-level family can gain experience quickly by painting top-level maps according to his specifications. However, apart from being used for upgrading, most of the experience points are spent on upgrading skills. Otherwise, it will have no level, no strong skills, and it will be useless. It will be just a silver gun with a wax head, and it will only look good but not useful. Lin Chuan didn't want to upgrade immediately. He began to use his resuscitation skills. Resurrection. My undead. Lin Chuan raised a hand, palm facing up, and a black circular magic circle appeared in his palm. The strange secret power unfolded, and the black mist rushed out like a waterfall, wrapping around the corpses. Immediately, the dead zombie opened its eyes again. The wounds healed quickly, and they all stood up and defended Lin Chuan. Like loyal soldiers guarding their supreme monarch. Reviving this skill consumes 160 mana points at a time. Fortunately, He Guangming strengthened Lin Chuan enough. The dead souls are resurrected one after another. At the same time, the effects of the Undead Master are activated. Lin Chuan began to acquire talents or skills from monsters. You revived the Purgatory level villager zombie LV35. You get the skill Blood Claw LV4. You revived the Purgatory level villager zombie LV35. You gain the natural biochemical power, bronze level. Strength increased by 10. Ordinary zombie mobs have bronze level talents, but their attribute blessings are not high. The reason why these zombies have extremely high attributes is because of the difficulty of the dungeon level, and heaven has strengthened them. Bronze level biochemical power can only give 10 points of strength. However, Lin Chuan did not dare to underestimate these 10 points of power. You know, his previous strength attribute was only 1.2. It's 11.2 now. An increase of 9 times. It seems that I should resurrect more monsters of various types in order to maximize the effect of the Undead Mastery talent. Lin Chuan thought in his mind. In his mind, the reminder of the Undead Master is not over yet. Reviving monsters of the same type can only obtain talents once. And next time you resurrect a monster of the same type, the probability of acquiring skills will be reduced. You revived the Purgatory level villager zombie LV35. You get the skill Blood Claw LV4. Your skill Blood Claw has been upgraded to LV5. Your skill Blood Claw has been upgraded to LV6. There are more than 50 ordinary zombies, of which 19 skill acquisitions were triggered. He abruptly raised the Blood Claw skill to level 10. Blood Claw LV10. Swing your claws and strike forward with a bloody claw strike, causing physical damage of 5 times the strength and putting the opponent into a bleeding state. During this period, it will cause bleeding damage of 1 times the strength per second. Level 10 effect. The power is increased by 3 times, and the claw air arc range is increased to 2 meters. So you got a LV10 bronze level skill. And it seems to be quite practical. At this moment, Lin Chuan really loved the talent of dominating the undead. A wave of more than 50 ordinary zombies became Lin Chuan's subordinates. They were arranged neatly. This technique of resurrecting the dead shocked Zhao Hu and the others. He Guangming. What a guy. It is indeed the only profession. They're all resurrected. Zhang Long. When you kill the ghost-faced general, won't you be able to control the ghost-faced boss? Zhao Hu. General Ghostface is very strong. When we were over level 30, it was not easy to kill him. This monster is proficient in archery, marksmanship, and wields the second stage double sword with extraordinary skill. After taking down the ghost-faced general, your copy of the giant city ruins will be secure. Quote. Lin Chuan rubbed his nose excitedly. Is his strength more than this? Lin Chuan can not only revive monsters, but he can also synthesize monsters. Lin Chuan raised his hands and used magic power. The hands burst out with a gorgeous black light, a bit like the colorful black skin of Lal Supreme Sky. The Undead evolution talent is activated. 3 ordinary zombies turned into a ball of light with a buzzing sound and gathered together. A new, more powerful zombie was formed. The hair and clothes of the new zombies all transformed into silver. Stronger. You combine 3 Purgatory level villager zombies LV35 into a 2-star Purgatory level villager zombie LV35. All attributes are increased by 1.5 times, and skill effects are increased by 2 times. Re-synthesize. Synthesis. Synthesis. You will combine 3 2-star Purgatory level villager zombies at LV35, and together they will be called a 3-star Purgatory level villager zombie at LV35. All attributes are increased to 2.5 times, and skill effects are increased to 4 times. The clothes, hair, and nails of the 3-star level zombies all turned into gold. Compared to a 1-star undead, its attributes are increased by 2.5 times. The power of the skill is quadrupled. It is not a problem for such a 3-star villager zombie to kill 10 1-star zombies. There were 55 zombies, and Lin Chuan synthesized a total of 5 3-star zombies and 2 2-star zombies. Now there are only 7 zombies left around him. But these 7 zombies gave Yu Linchuan a sense of security far greater than the more than 50 zombies before. He Guangming threw himself over for reconnaissance and was immediately speechless. The attributes have increased by 2.5 times. This actual combat power has increased by at least 10 times. Lin Chuan scratched his temples. It's a pity that these monsters have no IQ, so we can only give them the simplest orders. He Guangming, you can also use 3 zombies to synthesize a more advanced zombie. After finishing these 3 times, you can take us to clean it tomorrow. Zhao Hu, awesome. By the way, Xiaochuan, do you want to upgrade? Lin Chuan, wait for me a moment. I'll level up to level 10 first. In the skill tree of the Necromancer, there is a new skill at level 5 and a new talent at level 10. Lin Chuan immediately began to consume 620,000 experience points. Before entering, Lin Chuan had already viewed the information on Sakura City. I have a certain understanding of the various monsters inside. Like ordinary zombie villagers, they can only attack at close range, so it's better to be more defensive. But next, there will be a group of golden armored archers. That kind of monster is more difficult. There are hundreds of archers, and arrows are like rain. Lin Chuan's current moving speed is not easy to dodge. It's time to level up and see the effects of new skills and talents. You have consumed 100 experience points and your level has been raised to level 2. You have consumed 200 experience points and your level has been raised to level 3. You have consumed 350 experience points and your level has been raised to level 4. You have consumed 650 experience points and your level has been raised to level 5. You have consumed 1,300 experience points and your level has been raised to level 6. You have consumed 21,000 experience points and your level has been raised to level 10. Get 90 free attribute points. After spending a total of about 40,000 experience points, Lin Chuan rose to level 10. Every time you level up, you can get 10 free attribute points. Strength affects physical attack skills. Defense, also called constitution, affects health. Intelligence is related to mana, magic damage, and the strength of undead summons. Speed affects an individual's reaction ability and the speed of body movement. Lin Chuan immediately put all 90 points into speed. You have consumed 90 free attribute points, and your speed has increased by 90. Let's look at personal attributes. Name, Lin Chuan. Occupation, King of Eternal Night. Level, 10,040,000. Experience value, 580,000. Health, 11,000 1,080ths plus 10,000. Health recovery 25 per second. Mana value, 7,600 2,100ths plus 8,500. Mana recovery 38 per second. Attributes, Strength 21.5 plus 350, Speed 95.5. Defense 10.2 plus 400, Wisdom 35 plus 300. Attribute points, 0. Talents, Awakening of the Undead mythical level, Infinite Summoning mythical level, Master of the Dead mythical level, Godly Evolution mythical level, Damage Migration silver, Biochemical Power bronze, Strong Smell bronze, Advanced Archery bronze. Skills, Mark of Fury LV1, Teleportation of the Dead LV1, Summon of the Dead Army LV1, Awakening LV1, Blood Claw LV10, Fireball LV1, Basic Swordsmanship LV1, Gun Drawing LV1, Instant Kick LV1, Star Bullet LV1. Combat Rating: 25 stars. Every time you upgrade, your attributes will slightly increase. The number after the plus sign is the temporary attribute brought by the priest's buff. By raising the speed to over 90, Lin Chuan's reaction ability and body movement speed have undergone earth-shaking changes. His reaction ability now is 60 times that of before. Lin Chuan's 5 senses are so keen that he can roughly see the movements of the wings of flies flying in front of him at this moment. As soon as you grab it with your hand, a fast and flexible insect can be wrapped in the palm of your hand. This is the benefit brought by the digitization of physical attributes. As long as the attributes are improved, various qualities will be immediately enhanced. Your level is increased to LV5, activate new skills, attack mark gold level. Your level is increased to LV10, activate new skills, necroportation platinum level. Your level is increased to LV10, new talent is activated, damage migration silver. Crazy attack mark LV1, throwing the undead attack mark. All undead summons will focus fire to attack the target, while causing a 10% increase in damage. Necromancer teleportation level 1. Open a teleportation ring and transmit the undead summons into the teleportation ring. Damage transfer. Transfer 50% of the damage received to undead creatures. Can consume experience points to advance. Damage migration. Lin Chuan's eyes lit up. What a life-saving skill. And currently only the silver talent effect can transfer half of the damage. This is equivalent to having twice as many extra lives. Lin Chuan did not hold back and immediately invested the experience points on hand into improving damage transfer. This talent must be increased rapidly. Fill it up for me. Add until it overflows. You have consumed 500,000 experience points, and your damage transfer talent has been upgraded to gold level. The damage transfer effect is increased by 75%. Experience value for next level up is 2 million. 2 million experience points, I'll get it right now. Lin Chuan. Brother He, Brother Long, Brother Hu, I'm ready, let's continue. Zhao Hu fired his gun and said, I've been waiting for your words. Let's go. 4 people and 7 zombies followed the route and headed towards the center of the palace. At this time, he was still outside the gate of Sakura City. A large number of zombies emerged from some villagers' houses, like a tide of corpses. Many of them are elite monsters blessed by the curse of heaven. They are covered with strengthening buffs and have various effects. For example, if the body is burning with hot flames, the flame resistance increases greatly. There are also those with auras under their feet, which can strengthen the zombies around them. It's a pity that this kind of monster is a special monster that is temporarily increased by the way of heaven to increase the difficulty of the copy and blessed by the power of the way of heaven. After being resurrected after killing, the special effects of heavenly path cannot be retained. There are hundreds of zombies. Black waves, like a tidal wave, rushed out from every Japanese-style wooden house. Roar. Bagaya Road. Yowamushi, Rookie. This group of zombies had very simple minds and knew some words to express anger. Then, they instinctively bit at Lin Chuan and others. Who else? Zhao Hu roared, raised his shield, and activated his taunting skills. With him as the center of the circle, the strong wind picked up and blew towards the center. Most of the zombies, attracted by his hatred, let out a low roar of, hee hee hee, in their throats, raised their bloody claws, and scratched at him. Every time, it can capture the hatred of nearly 50 zombies. On the other side, Zhong Long, the heavenly master of Thunder Law, was firing on all cylinders. Thunder Palm. Level 35 Thunder Skill. I saw Zhong Long pressing down with both hands. Bang bang bang. Huge palm prints of thunder descended from the sky, blasting the zombies to death. Your teammates killed 61 purgatory level villager zombies. You gained 609,000 experience points. Lin Chuan didn't have time to read the monster killing prompts. At this moment, he also truly experienced the danger of level 35 purgatory. Boom. The house is broken open. The mutated silver wolves are twice as big as an adult lion. The speed was very fast, with dozens of them rushing over from all directions. In addition, there are a large number of bronze-armored archers, hundreds of them, in the direction of the gate of Sakura City. Come for support. They grabbed their hands behind their backs, and the quivers on their backs were obviously empty, but then an arrow appeared out of thin air in their hands. Aim at Lin Chuan and others, use your bow and shoot arrows. Whoosh! Hundreds of arrows, with the blessing of thousands of points of power, moved very fast, breaking through the wind and assassinating. Holy Light Shield. He Guangming immediately gave Lin Chuan a 100,000 health shield. Tisk tisk tisk. A rain of arrows, a real rain of arrows. Lin Chuan's shield was hit by an arrow and cracked. At the same time, a damage number appeared in front of Lin Chuan. Minus 15,230. It's just a little monster, but one arrow is so powerful. It's also because Lin Chuan's defensive attributes are too low and he doesn't have many defensive talents. The same attack hit the warlord soldier Zhao Hu, only a few dozen points of damage. Thanks to the Holy Light Shield, otherwise, if this arrow went down, his life would be gone. Lin Chuan's heart immediately became alarmed, and he moved quickly to dodge. But the spherical Holy Light mask is, after all, much larger than the human body. Crack! There was a sound of glass shattering, and the Holy Light Shield was broken. Fortunately, Lin Chuan's speed was 90 and he was able to avoid the arrows that shot through the air. He Guangming yelled, Zhao Hu, take away the hatred of the mutated silver wolf. Zhong Long, go kill those bronze-armored archers. The archers here are pulling me from a distance, it's hard to resist. Understood. Zhong Long called out a whisk in his hand. With a flash of his body, he rushed towards the battle group of bronze-armored archers. With a wave of the fly whisk, the feathers in front were wrapped with thunder, stretched tens of meters, and swept away the archers. Bang bang. Those zombies were pulled down to the ground one after another by the long white feathers curling up their legs. Although it wasn't powerful enough to kill instantly, it stopped them from firing arrows any further. Roar! At this time, the walls of the two houses were broken, and the white vertical lanterns printed with the izakaya flew into the sky. More than a dozen mutated silver wolves rushed over with ferocious expressions. It's hard to imagine how there could be so many monsters in a wooden house less than 20 square meters. He Guangming picked up the golden sledgehammer and smashed the silver wolf away with his teeth. However, the blood volume of purgatory-level monsters is too much. One of the silver wolves broke through the encirclement, slammed its hind feet on the ground, leapt into the air, opened its bloody mouth, and pounced on Lin Chuan. Oops! He Guangming didn't notice that a bloody streak was drawn from his back by Silver Wolf. At this moment, Zhao Hu's eyes were wide open and almost bloodshot. But he was pulled by dozens of zombie silver wolves and couldn't move at all. Lin Chuan, hurry up and crush the escape stone. Get rid of it. Sure enough, the level 35 purgatory copy is still too reluctant. We haven't even entered the city yet, and we haven't seen a single boss yet. Escape. Facing the terrifying ferocious wolf in front of me. A real life and death crisis arises in my heart. Lin Chuan's blood was surging. At the critical moment, he was not nervous or panicked. Instead, he was in an ethereal mood. There was a sharp light in his eyes. At this moment, he had only one goal. Kill the mutant silver wolf in front of you. Lin Chuan flicked his hand, and a wild attack mark was marked on the mutated silver wolf. Next moment, there are 5 3-star zombies and 2 2-star zombies around him. Roar! He immediately became furious and roared, like a loyal soldier who humiliated his subordinates to death. He waved his stronger claws and pounced on the mutated silver wolf. Blood Claw. Bite. 5 3-star zombies activated their skills together, and with a swipe of their big hands in the void, they drew out blood-red claw marks. Tisk tisk tisk. Minus 250,000. Minus 270,000. Minus 240,000. Just the skills of the 3 3-star zombies had completely killed the mutated silver wolf instantly. The mutant silver wolf died on the spot. You killed the mutant silver wolf and gained 10,500 experience points. You have obtained materials. Sharp wolf teeth bronze ×1. Got it done. He Guangming, Zhao Hu and others had numb scalps. He looked at Lin Chuan in shock. They had thought that Lin Chuan's undead summons might be unusual, but seeing it with their own eyes still shocked them. Lin Chuan, who is at level 10, has completed the level 35 purgatory dungeon for the first time. The summoned object under his command was so easy to kill a mutated silver wolf in an instant. Personally command your zombies to kill a monster. Lin Chuan also felt full of accomplishment. Brothers, don't worry too much about me. I will keep myself safe. Just let go and fight. Good. Bang. He Guangming swung a sledgehammer and beat the silver wolf next to him into a pulp. They have to always worry about Lin Chuan's safety, so there are naturally constraints in everything they can do to upload photos. But if Lin Chuan is not a burden and can not only protect his own safety, but also provide positive help, the whole picture is too much to type. The three of them started to form a trinity, and the battle between magic and animal husbandry broke out. Boom boom boom. The sound of thunderstorms, the sound of the Holy Light's sledgehammer, and the earth-shaking roar of the warlord's guns all came one after another. Your teammates killed 42 villager zombies, and you gained 410,000 experience points. Your teammates killed 75 mutated silver wolves, and you gained 780,000 experience points. Your teammates killed 34 geisha zombies, and you gained 420,000 experience points. Your teammates killed 257 bronze-armored archer zombies, and you gained 3.2 million experience points. Bodies everywhere. Lin Chuan was overjoyed and took a look at the current total experience points. Experience value: 5.515 million. Immediately consume experience points to improve the damage transfer talent. You have consumed 2 million experience points, and your damage transfer talent has been upgraded to platinum level. 90% damage transferred. Pretty. This is equivalent to a tenfold increase in blood volume. In this way, Lin Chuan could withstand 7 to 8 arrows. Now, he finally broke through the Contra level without dying at the first touch. Immediately afterwards, Lin Chuan consumed experience points to improve his recovery skills. You have consumed 3.3 million experience points, and the resuscitation skill has been upgraded to LV10. You can cast a spell at once to resuscitate 20 undead. The resurrected undead can change its form. Current types that can be transformed: living type, ghost type. The zombie form refers to those zombies that return to a normal and healthy form, but still retain their abilities. It's like putting some skins on the undead. It doesn't mean much, it only has visual effects. However, it is still very good to revive 20 undead in one cast. Although Lin Chuan's recovery did not cool down, there was still a process of casting the spell. This can be much more convenient. The power of recovery unfolded, and the undead awakened one after another. Lin Chuan once again received a large wave of sharing of talents and skills. You resurrected the mutated silver wolf zombie, and you gained the copper skin bronze talent, with defense plus 1/5. You resurrected the geisha zombie, and you gained the swiftness bronze talent, speed plus 10. You have resurrected the bronze armored archer zombie, and you have obtained the infinite quiver bronze talent. When shooting with a bow, you can always grab an arrow out of thin air. Other than that, it's skills. The mutant silver wolf and geisha have no skills. More than 200 archer zombies triggered more than 50 skill acquisitions. Strong bow bronze LV12. The bow and arrow shot have 15 times the strength damage. Immediately afterwards, Lin Chuan began to synthesize and advance. Form your own undead squad. 12 3-star villager zombies. 8 3-star mutated silver wolves. 3 Samsung geishas. 28 3-star bronze armored archers. Haha, it's done. Lin Chuan smiled as he looked at the 28-member team of 3-star archers, all covered in armor, helmets, and long bows turned into gold. Keep going. Just after crossing the corner of a bamboo forest path, a large number of zombies rushed out. They ran into Lin Chuan's zombie team head-on. An eye-catching immediately appeared on the zombie monster's head. Single quote dot. The zombie monster is curious. Suddenly, the opponent no longer held a bow and shot arrows without respecting martial ethics. Idiot. Sneak attack. My conscience is so bad. Tisk tisk tisk. Arrows flew, and damage numbers appeared one by one. Minus 350,000. Minus 370,000. Minus 360,000. 3-star bronze armor archer, 2.5 times attributes, 4 times damage bonus. Equivalent to 10 times stronger than a normal archer. One arrow does more than 300,000 damage. Kill a zombie with 2 arrows. In one confrontation, all the zombies on the other side were knocked down. This made He Guangming and others a little stunned. Who is leading whom to paint the pictures? Chapter 11. When we meet on a narrow road, the brave wins. Woodland Road Corner. 12 zombies and 8 silver wolves stood at the intersection. 28 archers set up fire points and fired arrows. They have skills and unlimited arrows. Whoosh! The arrows pierced the air, killing monsters one after another and nailing them to the wall. Lin Chuan and others were immediately flooded with a large amount of experience value information in their minds. Zhao Hu scratched his head. How does it feel that we don't need to take action anymore? He Guangming's mouth twitched. I don't even know how I will explain to Mr. Qin when I go back. Now it seems that Lin Chuan is leading me to paint pictures. Zhang Long was shocked. It's amazing. An absolute god-level profession. You know, it took them several years to be able to clear the level 35 Purgatory dungeon. As a result, it was Lin Chuan's first time to clear the dungeon. When he first came in, he was only at level 1. The most important thing is that he doesn't even have a piece of equipment on hand now. You can fight these monsters even if you are naked. How embarrassing are these favors? It's incredible. Is the potential of being the only professional so strong? This is outrageous, little monster. Think about it again, this year's awakening of professions, so many strange phenomena broke out in the world. Zhao Hu and others all feel that this year is likely to usher in a major explosion of professionals. Snapped. He Guangming patted Zhao Hu. No matter what we look at, we can't be idle. Come together and speed up the painting process. Hurry up and finish the 3 Sakura castles. Mr. Qin has also arranged other things for Lin Chuan. We can't take these 3 days idle. We have to race against time. Although Lin Chuan has the ability to deal with the mobs, if he had to do it all by himself, he might not be able to finish it in a day. The 3 of them took action again. Boom boom boom. A great war is imminent, a one-sided massacre. With the corpses stacked up, Lin Chuan took action again, casting the Undead Resurrection spell. The 9-headed bronze-armored archer is combined into a 3-star zombie archer. One ebbs and another ebbs and flows, constantly replenishing the archer squad. Lin Chuan also discovered that the archer team was clearing the base, and the effect was amazing. They shoot accurately, and those zombie monsters basically can't dodge. 2 arrows and 1. Now, with the undead team, Lin Chuan can truly be called a teammate by the 3 of them. Not only is it not a burden, even cleaning up the mobs relies on Lin Chuan. Fire the arrow. Lin Chuan commands the undead archery team. Rushing all the way, the team of bronze-armored archers produced extraordinary results. Half an hour later, after passing through the dense forest path, everyone came to the gate of Sakura City. At this time, Lin Chuan's 3-star bronze-armored archer team had reached 42 members. The majestic Sakura Castle has towers dozens of meters high. There is a huge gap in the gate, and the gap is blocked by a huge stone dozens of meters high. You have to break the boulder to enter the city. He Guangming, we have to quickly break the boulder here, otherwise there will be unlimited bronze-armored archers here. Of those bronze-armored archers, only the first batch will provide experience points. The others are all garbage monsters. Garbage monsters are jargon in professional circles, referring to monsters that are useless. For example, some bosses summon mobs, and killing them gives no experience points at all, and no materials can be exploded. That's why it's called garbage. A purgatory-level boulder with 500 million blood. The 3 of us can break that boulder into pieces in about 10 minutes. Will there be unlimited garbage monsters on the forest paths on both sides? Lin Chuan's eyes suddenly lit up, and a bold idea came to his mind. Brother He, wait here for a moment, don't rush in. I want to try to see if those bronze-armored archers can be resurrected. After fighting all the way until now, Lin Chuan's experience value has once again exceeded 5 million. But now Lin Chuan also discovered that several million experience points were simply not enough. When some skills are advanced, the cost of upgrading in the future is extremely scary. It's an astronomical figure. He Guangming was also a smart man. He rolled his eyes and understood what Lin Chuan meant. Good guy, do you want to recruit an independent group of undead archers? Lin Chuan bared his big white teeth and smiled. I have this idea. Okay, let's give it a try. Zhao Hu, Zhang Long, let's fight slowly this time. Below Sakura Castle, in the bamboo forest, the first wave of hundreds of bronze-armored archers came out in a swarm. Kill them all like chopping melons and vegetables. Lin Chuan pulled up 15 more 3-star bronze armored archers. After waiting for about a minute, the second wave of garbage monsters that did not provide experience points appeared. Kill. Resurrection. It really works. In this wave, another 19 undead archers were pulled up. The 4 of them were here and started brushing up non-stop. The number of archers under Lin Chuan gradually grew in size. 5 minutes later, the number of undead archers exceeded 100. After an hour, Zhong Long, Zhao Hu and others felt their muscles sore and quickly drank a bottle of medicine to relieve physical fatigue. When they turned around, they almost jumped up on the spot. There are already thousands of bronze-armored archers. Lin Chuan rubbed his nose. Big brothers, you can rest for a while. I'll continue painting here for a while. An independent group has 2,500-3,000 people, and Lin Chuan plans to spend another 2 hours. There is no need for him to take action anyway. The summoning system has this benefit. In the time it takes to eat takeout, watch videos, and do other things, my subordinates may have wiped out all the monsters. Another 2 hours passed. Now, the 3-star bronze-armored archer group under Lin Chuan was completely formed. The only regret was that there was no powerful archer to lead the group. Lin Chuan tried to upgrade some monsters to 4 stars, but unfortunately he didn't give them new skills, they just became stronger. 3,000 undead archers are really a huge crowd. A 3-star level monster, its bronze armor shines with golden light. Under the refraction of the sun, it gives the impression that the whole city is covered with golden armor. Alright, push it to me. Lin Chuan threw a wild attack mark at the giant stone. 3,000 undead archers drew their bows together and blasted in the direction of the mark. A huge rain of arrows, like a tide, gathered towards the center of the boulder from all directions. Bang bang bang. Minus 370,000. Minus 380,000. Minus 360,000. Terrible damage breaks out. One arrow can cause more than 300,000 injuries, and 3,000 arrows fired together can cause up to 1 billion injuries per second. A wave of 1 billion output was produced. In 5 seconds, 5 waves of arrows were fired, and the boulder exploded. Lieutenant officers such as Zhong Long and Zhao Hu have seen some things in the world over the years. At this moment, they couldn't hold it any longer. Oh, I'll go. This is so awesome. Destroy the boulders guarding Sakura Castle in 5 seconds. I'm afraid you have to be a god of war level warrior to have such strength, right? He Guangming said excitedly. Hurry up. Let's go. The first boss of Sakura City. He is General Ghost Bow. That guy has a leader skill. When activated, it can triple the attack speed of the leader's archers. If Lin Chuan can resurrect General Gui Gong, the combat effectiveness of his archer group will increase dramatically. There is such a good thing. Let's go. Lin Chuan shouted excitedly. Bang. In the gap of the city gate, the boulder tens of meters high suddenly exploded. Suddenly, gravel flew away and sand filled the air. When the dust clears, are all the melee zombie bronze-armored warriors guarding the inner city stunned? What the hell? What the hell is this huge group of bronze-armored archers in front of me? Was this city attacked by zombie armies from other copies? Before I could realize what was going on, Lin Chuan raised his hand, gave a command, and fired a salvo of 10,000 arrows. Shoot! Whoosh! 3,000 undead archers all moved in unison. The arrows left the string and were as dense as a net, as if a large cloud of arrows were pressing over them. The wind howled and they struck instantly. Zombies such as bronze-armored warriors are stronger melee zombies. They hold a round shield in their left hand and a broken katana in their right hand. Wearing armor, stronger than villager zombies. Unfortunately, they were facing 3-star level archers. The bronze-armored warrior raised his round shield and stepped back. I was so panicked for a while. Enemy attack. Someone is here to cause trouble. Let me retreat first. Pong pong. Bucklers and armor can't stop it at all. Shot directly through. Some unlucky bronze-armored warriors were hit in the head by arrows, which caused a critical hit with double damage and killed them instantly. After a wave of arrows, only a few monsters remained. Lin Chuan also received a large number of reminders. You killed 215 bronze-armored warriors and gained 3.5 million experience points. Lin Chuan waved his hand, and the bronze-armored warrior who had fallen to the ground and died after being killed by an arrow woke up again. My king, fight for you. This group of bronze-armored warriors obviously possess higher intelligence. They knelt on one knee and saluted Lin Chuan. You resurrected the bronze-armored warrior and obtained the talent, Advanced Sword Skill, Bronze. You resurrected the bronze-armored warrior, and you obtained the skill, Drawing the Sword, Bronze, LV4. Sword Drawing Technique LV4. Draw the sword out of its sheath and swing it forward. The essence is to kill with one strike. The moment the sword is drawn, a huge sword energy is attached to the blade, causing 10 times the power damage. The art of drawing swords is a small skill of the bronze-armored warriors. But they had no chance to use their skills and were completely wiped out by Lin Chuan's archers. More than 200 bronze-armored warriors triggered the Undead Dominion 40 times. Let Lin Chuan's sword drawing skills be directly upgraded to LV11. When the skill is used, the sword energy is attached with an additional 22.5 times the power damage. At the same time, a large amount of practical experience in swordsmanship appeared in Lin Chuan's mind like an initiation. For a moment, Lin Chuan seemed to have experienced actual fighting on the battlefield for many years. Boom! Zhao Hu swung his gun and killed the remaining soldiers. Now, these few of them have completely become the harvesters of the remaining miscellaneous soldiers. This made them both dumbfounded. At the same time, several people are also looking forward to it. What will happen if Lin Chuan conquers General Gui Gong? Keep going. Finally, in the inner city square, Lin Chuan met his first boss. All intruders from Sakura City. They will all be buried here. Boom. A boss wearing red Japanese armor, a Warring States helmet, and a golden ghost mask on his face jumped from the high wall. Smashed to the ground. Especially you, who are only at level 10, dare to come here and run wild. Moreover, your actions have seriously offended the gods. Today, I want you to die to apologize. General Gui Gong raised his head arrogantly and pointed at Lin Chuan. As a boss, he is a highly intelligent being. Knowing that those thousands of archers have all become Lin Chuan's subordinates. Those people are all followers of the legendary great demon Crow Tengu. How can they serve others as their master? This is blasphemy against the legendary demon. Lin Chuan narrowed his eyes and looked at General Gui Gong. At the same time, immediately send a scout to this boss. Name: General Ghost Gong. Level: 37. Type: Ancient Zombies. HP: 7 million. Attributes: Strength 1500, Defense 9000, Speed 15. Talents: Damage Reduction Aura, Ghost Archery, Elemental Control, Eagle Eye, Insight, Precision, Great Strength. Skills: Summon Archers, Inspire, Shock, Flying Feather Arrows, 3 Arrows, Explosive Arrows, Ice Arrows. The blood volume of 7 million seems to be only 10 times more than that of ordinary monsters. But because of the damage reduction aura, the difficulty is much higher than that of ordinary monsters. Facing the Lord, He Guangming and others did not dare to be careless. You're the one who deserves to die. With full force. He Guangming held his hand in the void, and a war spear condensed with holy light appeared. Wow, the war spear is thrown out. Penetrate the body of General Ghost Gong and pin him to the ground. This is a priest's control skill. Normally, it can control ordinary monsters for more than 15 seconds. But for bosses like General Ghost Bow, it only takes 3 seconds. Of course, a powerful military lieutenant like He Guangming also has many control skills. General Gui Gong was invaded by the holy light. He fought hard, his body shaking violently, trying to break free from the control of the holy light. You only have this ability, but you still want to control me, just dream. He Guangming, try this again. Holy light chain. In the void, a golden chain appeared out of thin air, spiraling, binding the Ghost Gong general from top to bottom. Zhonglong Zhao Hu, take action. Good. Just when Zhao Hu and Zhonglong were about to release their big skills, Lin Chuan had already taken action one step ahead. A wild attack mark was thrown at General Ghost Gong. Lin Chuan has never been in a hurry to upgrade. He is now at level 10 and has more extra experience for painting pictures. He first used his experience points to add skill points. The skill of Mad Attack Mark is very effective. Added to level 10, the undead under his command will attack the enemy marked by the mark, and the damage will be increased by an additional 120%. Hoo ho ho. Like a strong wind howling, arrows flew towards General Ghost Gong. The 3-star archers under Lin Chuan have accurate shooting skills and are designed to be 100% accurate against controlled monsters. -985. -766. -891. ... Damage figures exploded one after another. Although it doesn't look like much individually, it's overwhelming. If you shoot 3,000 damage numbers at a time, the ants will bite the elephant to death. What? Impossible. How could a mere 10th level human being, a group of bronze armored archers, possibly cause such harm to me? General Ghost Gong felt that he was losing blood violently and was under control. The 3,000 undead archers launched a mad attack with red eyes. Although as a boss lord, General Ghost Bow has a very strong damage reduction effect. But one arrow still does about 900 damage. The first round of thousands of arrows is over, directly cutting off 2/5 of his health. At the beginning of the second round of thousands of arrows fired. Another 2/5 of the health bar is cleared. The third second, boom, the ghost bow general who was shot into a sieve fell down with his head tilted up. I cannot be reconciled. He was mad with hatred, and his eyes under the mask were as red as blood. The big bow with iron tires in his hand was never used until his death. Was he actually killed by a level 10 human? It's so frustrating. You kill the boss, Purgatory level Ghost Bow General LV37, and you gain 500,000 experience. Wow. At the same time, a silver treasure chest exploded above the corpse of General Gui Gong. In this wave, Zhang Long, Zhao Hu, and He Guangming were completely stunned. It was as if he was petrified, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Lin Chuan can not only clean up the minions, he can even kill the boss instantly if he controls it. This is too outrageous. After Lin Chuan killed General Gui Gong, he immediately cast a revival spell. At the same time, I pray in my heart that this first boss monster can get a good talent. You resurrected the Purgatory level Ghost Bow General LV37, and you obtained the talent, Elemental Control Gold level. Elemental Control. Control elements, metal, wood, water, fire, earth, 5 elements element attributes plus 50. You have activated element attributes. Now, you can intuitively query element attributes in your personal panel. Gold 55, wood 53, water 57, fire 65, earth 53. After acquiring the talent, wonderful changes occurred in Lin Chuan's body. The 5 internal organs correspond to the 5 elements. At this moment, Lin Chuan's 5 internal organs resonated and gushed out with light. He was undergoing spiritual transformation and his spiritual energy was deepening. Lin Chuan received the blessing of talent and the ability to control elements. Now he can use his ability to create some simple flames, water balls, earth and rocks out of thin air. Lin Chuan was a little excited. He knew that General Ghost Bow could release explosive arrows, freezing arrows and other magic arrows. The learning of these advanced skills has prerequisite talent requirements. For example, not everyone can learn the Holy Light Chain skill. There are prerequisites for understanding it, and you must at least master the bronze level Holy Light Power talent. Lin Chuan now has the talent to control elements, and in the future he can learn advanced skills such as the 5 elements. Not only that, powerful talents will also have an impact on skills. No, after gaining control over elements, some of Lin Chuan's skills have changed again. The fire element has been increased from 15 to 65. The skill Fireball skill is LV1 Black Iron level, and it has been upgraded to Big Fireball skill LV1 Silver level. Yes, although Lin Chuan's favorite talent is the damage reduction aura, this elemental control is also good. After resurrecting, General Gui Gong was extremely pious. Put your hands into fists, raise them above your head, and kneel on the ground with one knee. The demon General Gui Gong has met the Lord. I am willing to go through fire and water, Lord. Lin Chuan noticed that this guy was not wrapped in armor, and his exposed skin was still a zombie green color. Lin Chuan said, "Take off your mask." Sure enough, behind the mask was a hideous zombie face, with different fangs that made people feel sick to their stomachs. Lin Chuan pointed a finger, and Gui Gong's body changed, his flesh and blood became plentiful, his complexion returned, and he turned into a normal person when he was young. "Thank you, Lord." No one wants to be a disgusting and hideous zombie. Wei Gong now feels even more grateful to Lin Chuan. Lin Chuan, get up. Yes. After receiving Lin Chuan's permission, Wei Gong stood up. From today on, I appoint you as the leader of the archer regiment. You will lead these 3,000 bronze-armored archers. Wei Gong was originally a general in a parallel world during the Warring States period. He had the ability to lead troops in battle and had various skills that could strengthen his soldiers. If Lin Chuan hadn't met directly, he would have used 3,000 undead archers to kill the ghost bow instantly. This monster is actually not that easy to deal with. If it were He Guangming and the others, the fight would probably take more than 20 minutes or more than half an hour. We will definitely fulfill our mission. Wei Gong clasped his fists excitedly. Each of these 3,000 bronze-armored archers was an elite. As his subordinate, it can greatly enhance his combat power. Finished dealing with General Wei Gong's side, He Guangming said, Lin Chuan, you are responsible for the damage, and the silver treasure chest belongs to you. Okay. Lin Chuan didn't hesitate and picked up the treasure box into his backpack. He is also looking forward to the silver treasure chest of this level 35 purgatory copy. What can be produced? You have obtained a silver treasure chest without lock LV30. Silver treasure chest. 95% probability of getting a silver level treasure, 4.8% probability of getting a gold level treasure, and 0.2% probability of getting a platinum treasure. You opened the silver treasure chest LV30 and you obtained the soul crystal platinum X5. One shot into the soul. Platinum level treasure. Soul crystal. Lin Chuan didn't know the specific function of this thing. It was never taught in the academy. He Guangming asked curiously, Xiaochuan, what did you drive? Zhao Hu, I guess it's level 30 silver equipment. Lin Chuan scratched his head, spread his hands, and took out a soul crystal from the storage module. This is a gorgeous gemstone, completely transparent and exuding pale light. A powerful soul force is gestating in it. When it is left standing, wisps of soul energy will float around. Zhang Long shouted immediately, No, you are so lucky. Lin Chuan, Brother Long, what is the use of this thing? Zhang Long's Adam's apple squirmed and he swallowed. It has too many uses. This is hard currency in the hands of top professionals. It contains a pure soul energy. Learn advanced skills, create top-notch equipment, upgrade your pet's level, and you can use it for many things. The value of one piece is 3,500 gold coins. Quote, Zhao Hu smiled and said, Xiaochuan, you have become rich this time. You will have to treat us to dinner later. Each piece is worth 3,500, and Lin Chuan opened 5 of them in total. This is 17,500 gold coins. With this money, the future cultivation resources of my younger siblings and the expenses of my parents can all be taken care of. Sure enough, you have to become a professional to make money quickly. In the past, it would have been difficult to earn so much money in a lifetime. Must. He Guangming. Then let's continue. Haha, I feel like some people are of no use here anymore. He teased a few words. Zhang Long curled his lips. Who says I'm useless? I also have control skills. In the second section, General Wei Gong joined. The combat power of the 3,000 archers soared. The journey was like a breeze, passing through the outer city, fighting into the valley, and finding the second boss. Ghostly armored toad. This is a mutated biochemical beast, huge in size, with hard skin like cracked rocks all over its body. Invulnerable and extremely defensive, this is a blood beef tank type boss. Also possesses intelligence. Normally, he would disguise himself as a boulder and sleep. This time his sleep was disturbed, and he opened his eyes with a disdainful expression. Then he discovered General Ghost Gong and a large group of bronze-armored archers beside him. Ho, Wei Gong, if you don't stay in the outer city, why did you come to me? General Wei Gong smiled faintly. Ghost Toad, I'm not here to give you an opportunity. Opportunity? What opportunity? Die. With a roar, Zhang Long and He Guangming took action together in the valley. Cast control spells. Chain of Holy Light. Lightning Strike. A bolt of thunder struck down, and the ghost-armored toad was hit, and his body was briefly paralyzed. He said in horror, Wei Gong, you traitor. Wei Gong smiled ferociously. A good bird chooses a tree to live in. A beast like you won't understand. Ho, Wei Gong, we have fought each other, but you can't do anything to me. Otherwise, how could you become the lord of the first level? The ghostly armored toad's skin hardens and its body shrinks. Facing Wei Gong, he was confident. Things are different now. General Ghost Bow activates his skill to inspire. With him as the center of the circle, a huge halo of light spread out around his feet. All the bronze-armored archers affected by the halo were filled with red fighting spirit. At the same time, Lin Chuan made a wild attack mark. Additional 120% damage increase. Fire the arrow. The effect of encouragement is that the soldiers under your command will gain 3 times the attack speed. Originally there was only 1 shot per second, but now, the speed immediately increased to 3 shots. Tisk tisk tisk. The ghost-armored toad's defense damage reduction is terrible. And the blood volume is abundant, with a total of 40 million blood. -158. -153. -156. 9,000 arrows per second can cause over 1 million injuries per second. The ghost-armored toad felt its life plummeting and quickly activated its defensive skills. Don't move to defend. The ghost-armored toad roared, and its skin, as hard as gold and stone, formed a temporary crystal wall. The defense ability is greatly increased. -7. -9. -13. The damage of the army of undead archers has been reduced to single digits. At the same time, the ghost-armored toad roared and activated another boss skill. A magic circle appeared beneath him. Around the valley, small ghost-armored toads kept jumping over and getting into the mouth of the ghost-armored toad. Every time a small toad is swallowed, the ghost-armored toad can immediately recover 500,000 HP. Rich blood volume, high toughness, armor and magic resistance, as well as recovery skills. It is definitely a model of the Blood Cow boss. Ha ha ha. Ghost Gong, you can't do anything to me. You call me a beast. Then you are worse than a beast. Ghost-armored toad mocked. Wei Gong was annoyed, clenching his fists and gritting his teeth. Now, he can't do anything about this monster. Seeing that Lin Chuan's undead summons was no longer effective, He Guangming jumped to Lin Chuan's side and said, "Xiao Chuan, find a safe place first. This monster is left to the 3 of us. It will take about 3 hours to slowly wear it to death." Lin Chuan narrowed his eyes, looked at the ghost-armored toad, and smiled evilly. "Brother He, I have an idea, let me try it first." Method. He Guangming and several military elites were a little stunned. After all, Lin Chuan is only at level 10 now, and his combat effectiveness is vastly different from that of the ghost-armored toad. Originally, relying on the undead summons could make up for it a little. But now, Lin Chuan's bronze-armored archers and General Ghost Bow are useless against the ghost-armored toad. The defense of the ghost-armored toad is too strong, especially when it has a crystal wall protective film on its body that surpasses diamonds. Even they can only avoid the edge temporarily and wait for the skill effect time to pass before launching an attack. What else can Lin Chuan do? You know, this gap in strength can no longer be filled by being clever. He Guangming's expression was solemn, and he was more concerned about Lin Chuan's safety. Do you need to get close? Agawa, bosses like the ghostly armored toad are different from those mobs. Their skills have a very wide range. If you touch them even slightly, with your defense and HP, you will suffer heavy damage even if you don't die. You have to think about it carefully. Lin Chuan, Brother He, I am a necromancer. How can I go up and fight hand to hand? After Lin Chuan gained the talent of element control, his mind naturally gained a lot more understanding of elements. It was immediately apparent that this ghost-armored toad, with its rock-like carapace, had a weakness. With a move of his hand, a teleportation halo appeared in front of him. Teleport General Ghost Gong to his side. Ghost-armored toad Jia Jia smiled strangely, ha ha ha. Ghost Gong, you monster traitor, are you ready to escape? I thought you were joining someone's sect, but unexpectedly you turned out to be a level 10 human being. Wei Gong, we, the monster clan, will lose all our face by you. Wei Gong gritted his teeth. Don't be complacent, I will deal with you soon. He immediately turned around, cupped his fists and said respectfully, "My lord, what are your orders?" Lin Chuan whispered, "You will fight with the ghost-armored toad later. Use fire skills, and wait until the rock carapace on his body is scorched, then use ice arrows. Do you understand?" Gui Gong has never studied physics and doesn't know the meaning of doing this. Somewhat hazy. Use fire skills first, and then use ice skills. What is this? You must know that the magic resistance of the ghost armored toad is very high, and its magic skills are of little use. But he didn't dare to disobey Lin Chuan. Yes, I will act according to your instructions. Ghost armored toad, I'll make you proud, let's fight again. Who is afraid of whom? Today, I will first kill you, the traitor, and then kill all those humans and devour you all. I can evolve again. Ha ha ha. The ghost armored toad laughed loudly, kicked off his legs, and hit General Ghost Gong directly. At the same time, he opened his big mouth, and a slimy projectile shot out quickly. Smashed towards Lin Chuan. It turned out to be a cunning monster with high intelligence, and it actually used one move to attack the east and the west. However, Lin Chuan's current speed attribute was as high as 101.5. He reacted immediately and moved more than 10 meters later in an instant. Snapped. The flick of the tongue was like a steel cannonball, hitting the place where Lin Chuan was standing, causing the ground to collapse and gravel to fly away. Gui Gong roared. Don't hurt my lord. Rain of fire arrows. The ghost bow raised its big bow, attached with the power of the elements, and fire-colored arrows rained down from the sky. Explosive arrow. 3 consecutive blasting arrows. At the same time, He Guangming and others also heard what Lin Chuan told Gui Gong. He was startled in his heart and secretly sighed that this Lin Chuan was not only powerful, but also had an extremely developed mind and was extremely intelligent. Thunder fire. Zhong Long called out the thunder flames. Try Xiaochuan's idea. I happen to have a few buckets of hot oil in my backpack. I'll reward you with them all, ha ha ha. Warlord soldier Zhao, who is usually responsible for driving military vehicles, and there is always a lot of high-quality concentrated diesel in the storage module. Throw several oil barrels into the sky, and then shoot them out with a cannon. Boom! The oil barrel exploded, scattering the ghost armored toad all over it. Then, blazing flames rose, and the scorching air flow covered the sky. You could feel the hot wind blowing against your face from a distance. The burned skin and rocks of the ghost armored toad were red, like a soldering iron. But it wouldn't hurt his life. Ghostly armored toad, I'm not even afraid of your human nuclear bombs. This little hot oil, ha ha ha, it's so comfortable to burn. Lin Chuan has been keeping a close eye on the battle situation. When the time comes, he yells. Ghost bow, use ice skills. Yes, although Gui Gong didn't know the meaning of doing this, he still did it. A blue magic ice arrow with cold light passed through the sea of hot oil and fire and hit the ghost armored toad directly on the back. Boom! The solid rock carapace on the back immediately exploded due to thermal expansion and contraction, and the strong instability of the internal molecules. It's really doable. He Guangming was overjoyed. Gui Gong was also overjoyed, being overwhelmed by the ghost armored toad. Today, I can finally take revenge. Ha ha ha. Ghost armored toad, you are crazy. Ah, what's going on? What kind of evil magic is this? The ghostly armored toad's carapace shattered, and the flames really caused harm to him. He howled in pain. You die. Gui Gong shot an arrow into the sky this time. Blue arrows rained down from the sky, and ice crystals touched the carapace of the ghostly armored toad. Bang bang bang. Around the body, the strongest hard shell exploded. Along with this, his magic resistance, physical resistance, and all defenses were greatly reduced. Gui Gong's eyes were fiery and he used his skills, war inspiration. Shoot me an arrow. Shoot this beast into a sieve. This time, 3,000 bronze armored archers inspired 3 times the attack speed. Minus 1,795. Minus 1,875. Minus 1,943. Crazy damage numbers exploded on the ghost armored toad. 17 million injuries per second. The ghost armored toad tried its best to use its skills to condense the crystal wall armor. But how could He Guangming give him a chance? Laugh. A spear of holy light pinned the ghostly armored toad and controlled it for 3 seconds. It only took more than 2 seconds for the ghost armored toad to die immediately. You killed the Purgatory level Lord Ghost Armored Toad LV37, and you gained 750,000 experience points. You have obtained the material, Toad's Poison Sac Gold level. This time, no treasure chest burst out, and Lin Chuan secretly sighed at the pity. On the other hand, He Guangming and the others were already a little numb. They had to kill monsters for 3 hours, but Lin Chuan gave them a second. But this time, Lin Chuan relied not only on his god-level profession, but also on his great wisdom when facing battle. At this moment, the three of them had an idea. A new star is rising. This sun will definitely become a giant of the human race in the future. Lin Chuan didn't know what the three of them were thinking. After killing the ghost-armored toad, he immediately cast a revival spell. You resurrected the Purgatory-level Lord Ghost-Armored Toad LV37, and you obtained the skill, Immovable Crystal Armor Gold Level LV4. Immovable Crystal Armor LV4. A layer of crystal wall protective film covering the whole body is condensed on the body surface, gaining powerful defensive capabilities. Crystal armor can block magic, physical attacks, poisonous mist, fire, cold current, etc., while also adding an additional 500 points of damage reduction. Although I didn't get any talent, I did get a good skill. This skill is very effective. In addition to greatly increasing defense, it can also reduce damage by 500 points. You must know that this 500 points is reduced by 500 points after calculating various damage reductions. In other words, if after calculation, the damage is less than 500, then Lin Chuan will be directly immune to the damage. The ghost-armored toad completely became an undead creature controlled by Lin Chuan. He is also extremely devoted to Lin Chuan. Great Master, thank you for rescuing me from my endless wandering. To show my loyalty to you, I want to report a secret news to you. Secret message. You have completed the hiding conditions and killed the ghost-armored toad within 1 minute. You have triggered the hidden mission. Kill Shikigami Tenyu. Do you want to receive it? Note: hidden tasks can only be completed once. Once you give up, you can't trigger it again. This mission is extremely dangerous, please consider it carefully. A hidden mission was actually triggered. He Guangming and others also saw the copy prompt. If you can complete the hidden mission, the reward will be unimaginably rich. Several people were a little surprised. But the system prompts also illustrate the difficulty of this hidden mission. Zhao Hu, Lao He, Lao Long, Xiaochuan, do you want to accept this hidden mission? Zhao Hu didn't realize it himself, but he had already regarded Lin Chuan, a college student who had just awakened today and had just reached level 10, from the bottom of his heart. Naturally, he regarded Lin Chuan as his backbone teammate. He Guangming, this is a rare opportunity, I want to try it. After all, it is a hidden mission at level 35, and we should be able to pass it. If it doesn't work, just crush the escape stone and get out. Lin Chuan was eager to try. Wealth can be obtained through danger, and I also want to try it. As soon as several people gathered together, they immediately took over the task. The team received the task of killing Shikigami Tenyu. Trigger hidden branch plot. Ghost Armor Toad report. Sakura City has welcomed a distinguished guest from Sakura City these days. General Musashi is meeting with him now. In recent days, they have also built a huge magic circle on the top of the mountain. It seems to be trying to summon the arrival of some existence. I just finished speaking. Laugh. A wind blade came from far away. He Guangming immediately raised a shield of holy light to block the several meter-long wind blade that was as sharp as clay. Turn around and look. They are 2 Yamato Nadeshiko-style zombie beauties wearing geisha kimonos. 3-stage double boss. The 2 ghost dancers. One person's weapon is a dancing fan, and the other's weapon is an oil paper umbrella. Abilities are all related to the wind element. He Guangming and others have played through the copy of Sakura City dozens of times. This time the hidden mission is triggered, and the rest of the entire copy has changed. The monsters that were supposed to be killed step by step actually came over in person this time. The boss came here in advance. The hidden mission is really different. He Guangming and others looked surprised. The umbrella ghost's voice was ethereal but had a permeating flavor. Ghost Armored Toad, Ghost Bow, you two actually betrayed the monster camp and became human lackeys. Fortunately, Master Onmyoji discovered it in time, and you almost ruined the situation. The fan-wielding ghost stared at Lin Chuan. Despicable people who blasphemed Lord Crow Tengu, go to death. Wow, the 2 folding fans were thrown by her hands, and the strong wind was like a knife blade, cutting towards Lin Chuan. Why does every monster attack you first when they come up? Lin Chuan felt a little depressed. But he didn't dare to neglect, and activated his ability to form a crystal wall protective film on his body. Unlike the ghost-armored toad whose whole body was still crystallized, Lin Chuan only had a silvery white luster on his skin, as if there was a film of moonlight covering his body. Launched at a speed of over 100, he could avoid the wind blade with ease. The ghost-armored toad, Ghost Gong, immediately became furious when he saw his master Lin Chuan being attacked. Pounce on the two ghost dancers. Lin Chuan took a look at his own accumulated experience points. Experience value: 21.85 million. Without saying a word, he immediately jumped into the upgrade. There is a skill every 5 levels and a talent every 10 levels. In order to be able to complete the hidden mission, Lin Chuan no longer cares about the fact that upgrading may reduce the experience gained. He needs to get stronger. You have consumed 18.65 million experience points, and your level has been raised to LV20. You have gained 100 free attribute points. You have activated a new talent, Soul Chain Gold level. You have activated a new LV15 skill, Torrent Secret Gold level LV1. You have activated a new LV20 skill, Undead Sacrifice Gold level LV1. Soul Chain Gold level: designate an undead and obtain 30% of the opponent's attributes, talents, and skills. Torrent Secret level 1. The undead enters a state of madness, the skill cooling time is reduced by 80%, and the power is increased by 30%. The violent attack turns into a torrent, allowing the caster to control the trajectory of the torrent. Undead Sacrifice LV1. Sacrifice the undead, causing tons of damage. Different types of undead have different attack effects and damage levels. Once sacrificed, the undead will disappear completely. The corner of Lin Chuan's mouth grinned, flashing with excitement. The most troublesome attribute problem that has always troubled Lin Chuan has been somewhat solved. At gold level, you can obtain 30% of the attributes of the specified summon. This is great. Lin Chuan immediately established a soul chain with Gui Gong, and a faint dark light chain appeared on the two of them. This will not weaken the ghost bow, it just copies 30% of the opponent's attributes, not plundering. But with the 30% attribute blessing, Lin Chuan's various items have experienced a huge increase. HP: 2.12 million, 10,000 plus 2.11 million, HP recovery 3,500 per second. Mana value: 93,096 mana recovery 760 per second. Attributes: Strength 33.5 plus 850, Speed 101.5, Defense 25.2 plus 3,100, Wisdom 95 plus 900. I can't wait to get to 25 and see the new skills. The skill tree of the only priesthood, every skill is ridiculously strong. And there's huge room for growth. Although they are only gold level skills now, when Lin Chuan acquires more necromancy talents and unlocks more, these skills will also be upgraded. It takes tens of millions of experience points to upgrade LV20 to LV21. To rise to 25, it is estimated that a total of hundreds of millions of experience will be consumed. No wonder many people have basically reached the top after reaching level 20 or 30. It is true that the higher you go, the harder it is to level up. There are a few people like me who can clear advanced dungeons of purgatory difficulty at will. Some military bosses appointed elite leaders to lead the battle, and they also spent the sky-high price of team experience scrolls. There are so few, only the children of big families can afford it. Moreover, it is possible to die while playing dungeons. Many professionals may be killed by monsters before they can use the escape stone, or they may escape with difficulty, but end up with missing arms and legs, unable to afford expensive healing medicine, and have never recovered. Looking at the two skills, they are both very good. Especially the sacrifice skill. Lin Chuan remembered watching a lot of videos of DNF summoners and instant bosses sacrificing babies. In this world, the cost of sacrifice is very high, and the power it causes is extremely terrifying. Even if Lin Chuan's undead were killed, they could be revived again with just one move. But if it is sacrificed, it will be completely impossible to resurrect. This price is not small. Through the skill understanding of Tiandao initiation, Lin Chuan also knew that this level 20 skill could be used as the core final skill. The damage depends on the strength of the sacrificed undead. The stronger the undead are, the more explosive their power will be. However, this also requires collecting more high-level undead. This is the most powerful sacrifice. As for the secret of the torrent, it is also a magical skill. Now Lin Chuan's archer group still can't see how abnormal this skill is. There's no way, the archers don't have any skills. If there is a chance in the future to resurrect a group of mages and dragons, and reduce the skill cooldown by 80% during the activation of Torrent Mystery, only then can we see what true cruelty is. The duo of ghost dancers fight with Ghost Gong, Ghost Armor Toad, Zhong Long, Zhao Hu and others. But the two of them have wind talent and are obviously high agility lords themselves. Among them, the fan-wielding ghost rolled up a fan in his hand, and a tornado appeared, causing sand and rocks to move, blocking his vision. Rub. The fan-wielding ghost jumped dozens of meters high and jumped out of the sand tornado. Fighting the wind in the air, the big umbrella in his hand flashed with cold light, and he slashed. A sharp wind blade fell from the sky and struck Lin Chuan. But now Lin Chuan's attributes have improved many times compared to before. With more than 2 million HP, he is no longer afraid of the fan-wielding ghost. He activated his crystal armor and held the wind blade against his will. -4,000. There was a small break in the skin on my elbow, but with the strong recovery ability, it quickly healed and scabbed. You stinky woman, you have been staring at me and beating me from the beginning. It's my turn now. I'll try my new skills on you. Lin Chuan waved his hands, and a passage opened on both sides of his body, and a dozen 3-star mutated silver wolves appeared. Silver wolf, crush it. The umbrella ghost smiled contemptuously. It's ridiculous. You want to use these gadgets to deal with me. The silver wolf angrily rushed to the umbrella-wielding ghost. When the skill was activated, Lin Chuan pointed out. Sacrifice. Different monsters sacrificed, and the effects were very different. The 8 silver wolves were in the air, and their flesh and blood immediately exploded. From each of them, there was a silver light group, like a spiral silver bullet, and it was as fast as lightning, rushing toward the umbrella-wielding ghost. The umbrella-wielding ghost's pupils were trembling. He was a little ghost who had been upgraded from level 10 to level 20. The attack she made actually made her feel palpitations. How could this be possible? Instinct made her dare not underestimate that silver light bullet. But there was no time to dodge, it was too close and too fast. Cha-cha. The umbrella ghost tried his best to set up the giant umbrella, and the umbrella surface opened to block the silver bullet. But it was useless. Her power was overwhelming. Her precious magic umbrella was like paper in front of Lin Chuan's sacrifice move. Pong pong. Instant penetration. Then the speed of the silver bullet continued unabated and penetrated the seemingly delicate and enchanting body of the umbrella-wielding ghost. -1.75 million. -3.92 million. Critical hit. -1.89 million. -1.74 million. ... Instant kill. Sacrificing 8 3-star mutated silver wolves, the umbrella-wielding ghost with 6 million HP was killed in an instant. Single kill. Another solo kill. As the news of the death of the umbrella ghost appeared in everyone's minds, everyone in the battle group on the other side was extremely shocked. The fighting stopped temporarily. He Guangming, Zhao Hu and others are all confused at this moment. Oh my god, am I dreaming? How could someone, from scratch, create half a copy in one day to be so powerful? Previously, Lin Chuan used Lord-level undead summons to challenge the dungeon boss. Although they were shocked, they could still understand this. But now, both Ghost Armored Toad and Ghost Bow were in the battle group, and Lin Chuan killed the umbrella-wielding ghost alone. This is simply terrifying. With this strength, not to mention the copy of the Rising Star training camp, even in the college entrance examination, he is expected to get a top grade. The umbrella-wielding ghost was killed by Agawa. A few of us are still holding on to the bloodline of Shangwei. How did he do it? It's scary to compare people to each other. Is this a god-level profession? I feel numb. Now it's done, Xiaochuan will take us to paint pictures. Mediko, you actually killed Midoko. I won't let you go. The fan-wielding ghost went crazy, beating like thunder. His pupils were as scarlet as blood diamonds, and veins suddenly appeared on his neck, between his eyebrows, and on his forehead. She waved her treasure fan with both hands, and the ball-shaped tornado blades rolled up the sand and stone, killing Lin Chuan. Facing the attack from the fan-wielding ghost, Lin Chuan looked calm and calm. The soul chain is switched from the ghost bow general to the ghost armor toad. Copy 30% of attributes. Defense and HP, these two attributes, change directly. In addition, he also received 30% of the effect of the ghost armored toad's defensive talent. Defense, 25.2 plus 9500. HP, 12.01 million, 10,000 plus 12 million, HP recovery 11,000 per second. 10 million HP, approaching 10,000 defense power. Restores over 10,000 lives in 1 second. This is just an increase in statistics. In fact, Lin Chuan's actual defense capabilities have increased even more. Xiaochuan, get out of the way. He Guangming and others screamed, and they all shot at Gui Wuji. But her skills have been unleashed. It doesn't matter, she can't hurt me. Lin Chuan smiled confidently. The body formed a crystal armor defense, and the hands were crossed to resist. Hu ho ho. To Lin Chuan, the tornado ball was like a breeze. Boom boom boom. After the dust dispersed, Lin Chuan was intact. How is this possible? The fan-wielding ghost's eyes were splitting and his heartbeat was beating. How could a mere level 20 human be able to withstand her attack without getting hurt? Since you two have a deep love for each other as sisters, I will give you a chance to become my undead slaves together. You're dreaming. The fan-wielding ghost Zi knew he was outmatched and wanted to escape. But how is that possible? HMPH. I want to escape. As soon as he jumped up, he was hit by an ice arrow from the ghost bow. Part of his body was frozen and he fell down. She stared at Guigong bitterly. Zhonglong activated his skills at the same time, and lightning strikes fell from his palms, controlling the fan-wielding ghost. Lin Chuan flicked his finger, and a wild attack mark was marked on the fan-wielding ghost. Then, the firepower started. The secret of the torrent. In an instant, the ghost bows, ghost armored toads, and the thousands of undead archers and armored soldiers under their command all went crazy. The sword energy, the rain of arrows, the air cannon roared by the ghost armored toad, all kinds of attacks turned into a torrent and were pulled by Lin Chuan's thoughts. Boom boom boom. All rivers returned to the sea, gather together. Blast and kill the fan-wielding ghost. Within a few seconds, the fan-wielding ghost died suddenly. You killed the fan-wielding ghost weaver, and you gained 350,000 experience points. After reaching level 20, the experience value is much less than at the beginning. But it doesn't matter anymore. Next, killing Shikigami Tenyu is the key. Buzz. With a move from Lin Chuan's hand, black mist rolled in, resurrecting the two ghost dancers and transforming them into normal human forms. A charming woman with white skin, beautiful face, and ice-cold muscles. Wearing a kimono, her figure is as graceful as a weak willow supporting the wind. There is a tranquil fragrance all over the body. You resurrected the umbrella-wielding ghost Midoko, and you gained the talent, Wind Spiritual Power Gold level. Spiritual Power of Wind. Control the power of wind, wind attribute plus 100. Your attribute entry has opened a new attribute. You resurrected the fan-wielding ghost weaver, and you obtained the skill, Wind Tornado, Silver LV5. Wind Tornado LV5. Use mana to create a tornado, causing continuous magic damage. Lin Chuan suddenly had a lot more understanding of the wind element in his mind. At the same time, he can also cast some tornado spells. Maiduzi and Ziyi, two beautiful beauties in their early 30s, nodded slightly. Little girl, I have met your lord. Take down two lords again. Now, in the eyes of He Guangming and others, Lin Chuan is already a monster among monsters and an evildoer among evildoers. Each of them is an elite member of the military region, but they know very well that compared with Lin Chuan, their potential is far behind. He Guangming. Lin Chuan, your power is beyond expectation. Lin Chuan. I just reached level 20 and gained 2 more good skills, a very powerful talent. Zhao Hu said happily, it's a good thing that you are getting stronger. This time, we will strive to give Haibing City a good ranking in the college entrance examination. Lin Chuan. Well, I will try my best. Maiduzi became Lin Chuan's ghost, and was naturally loyal to Lin Chuan, doing everything for Lin Chuan's benefit. Lord, we must act quickly. Right now, General Musashi and the Onmyoji are trying to resurrect Shikigami Tengo on the top of the mountain. Lin Chuan. I understand. Mitoko, Zi, you two have mastered the ability to control the wind and take us directly there. Lin Chuan knows all the talents and skills of the resurrected undead. Yes. The two women used their magic to control the wind, and a ball of wind slowly blew in, lifting everyone up. However, the two of them naturally do not have the ability to carry away thousands of undead tribesmen, including behemoths weighing hundreds of tons such as ghost armor toads. Lin Chuan made a move, and all the undead souls were immediately taken into the space of the dead. Everyone passed directly over some miscellaneous mobs and went straight to the capped square of Sakura City. Everyone flew very fast, and it took only 2 minutes to reach the peak. At this moment, on the platform on the top of the mountain, the tall General Musashi and the Onmyoji wearing black and white robes and high hats looked at the people arriving in shock. General Musashi, who was more than 3 meters tall, carried a spear on his back, a big bow, 2 swords on his waist, and was wearing gold armor. He shouted angrily, "Onamai Heim, what's going on with you two?" Zi responded with a look of anger. "Musashi, we have surrendered to you, sir." "Sir, a level 20 human is so ridiculous. Your Majesty Onmyoji, you continue to use the secret technique of coming. I will kill these blind guys." As he spoke, Musashi took a step forward, his figure swooping over like an arrow, and slashing with both swords. The terrifying Dao Gang is hundreds of meters long. He could feel the power of the invading enemy at this moment, and the second stage of the attack was in the form of double swords. His speed is at least 300 points, and he can rush hundreds of meters in an instant. Lin Chuan hurriedly used the power of the wind to dodge before the sword energy came to kill him. At a speed of just over 100, he couldn't keep up with this monster. He is worthy of being the final lord of purgatory difficulty. Lin Chuan immediately added 100 free attribute points to his speed. Speed, 201.5. The last lord cannot be underestimated. With a wave of his hand, he summoned the ghost bow, the ghost armored toad, and more than 3,000 undead groups. So fast. He Guangming's expression was horrified. Zhao Hu exclaimed, "This time the ghost-faced general is much stronger than usual. Haha, I have obtained the Onmyoji-sama, a more powerful jade potion. How can those useless clones compare with me? Go to hell, 7-star Gangbu." General Musashi roared angrily, took 7 steps in a row, seemed to shrink to an inch, dragging phantoms one after another, and beheaded towards Lin Chuan. Boom, cut it off with one knife. The sword energy surges freely and sharply. Lin Chuan did not dodge, and stabbed out with one hand like lightning, condensing silver light at the same time, and grabbed the blade in the air. What? Musashi was shocked. Although he did not use a powerful skill with his slash, how could he be caught by a level 20 kid in midair with his bare hands? He wanted to draw the knife, but found that he couldn't do it. The knife seemed to be suppressed by a mountain. Couldn't even twitch at all. You're the one who deserves to die. Around Lin Chuan, hundreds of 3-star bronze-armored warrior zombies immediately appeared, their bodies glowing red, and terrifying murderous intent brewing in their bodies. Sacrifice of the dead. General Ghostface was trembling with fear. Those miscellaneous soldiers that he had completely looked down on in the past gave him a great sense of crisis at this moment. Hundreds of bronze-armored warriors, under the exertion of Lin Chuan's magic power, activated the power of sacrifice together. Their body becomes red and their temperature increases. His pupils were dazzling scarlet, his energy and blood were surging, and he was breathing hot steam from his mouth, as if he was going to explode the next moment. All the bronze-armored warriors ran very fast, like strange species, and rushed towards Musashi together. The terrifying power of the sacrifice made the ghost-faced general break into a cold sweat. There was a warning sign in his heart, so he had to throw away a long knife and draw it to the side. Zhao Hu, Wei Gong and others also used their own abilities, using various lightning strikes, holy light spears, and artillery to attack and kill the ghost-faced general from a distance. Boom! The bodies of 7 or 8 bronze-armored warriors exploded. A shockingly large crater was blasted into the ground, with a diameter of about 20 meters and a depth of more than 10 meters. Musashi was horrified. He must have known that this altar on the top of the mountain was deliberately made by him. In order to bear the arrival of Shikigami Tenyu, the highest defense specifications have been used. How powerful are the self-destructions of these bronze-armored warriors? At this moment, compared to other people's attacks, General Ghostface has obviously regarded Lin Chuan as his biggest enemy. After all, General Ghostface was a man who had experienced big storms, and he quickly regained his composure. Haha, kid, your innate skills are indeed a bit tricky. But my speed attribute is a full 390 points. With your slow suicide attack, you can't even hope to touch me. Lin Chuan sneered. Your movements are very fast, but I don't know if that Onmyoji is as fast as you. With that said, Lin Chuan waved his hand. Hundreds of red lights dazzled, and the bronze-armored warrior, who was about to self-destruct, ran toward the Onmyoji who was performing his technique with a feverish expression. What? You are despicable. General Musashi's scalp was numb. This cunning human being had no moral ethics. He actually used Onmyoji-sama to blackmail him. So despicable. You must not be allowed to ruin the advent ceremony. With one sword, Musashi blocked hundreds of self-destructing bronze-armored warriors. The sword was crisscrossed, and there was a determination in his eyes that he was ready to die. Rain of ice arrows. Onigong took the opportunity to use his control skills on General Musashi. Ice-colored arrows rained down from the sky. Musashi was hit, his body froze, and his movements were slowed down. Guigong, I will cut you into pieces later. Musashi had no choice but to raise his sword and use his sword energy to cut into the falling hail of ice arrows. At this moment, Lin Chuan found an opportunity. Remotely cast undead teleportation skills. Hundreds of bronze-armored warriors disappeared. The next moment, a teleportation halo appeared under Musashi, whoosh. Hundreds of bronze-armored warriors appeared beside Musashi with ferocious roars. Immediately afterwards, a large group of bronze-armored warriors pounced on Musashi like facehuggers. Musashi was tall, more than 3 meters tall, and his body was instantly covered with bronze-armored warriors who were about to self-destruct. As the saying goes, art is an explosion. Snapped. Lin Chuan snapped his fingers coolly. Huge earthquakes resounded across the sky. Boom, 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 boom. Minus 950,000. Minus 720,000. Minus 1.01 million. Minus 980,000. ... Despite General Musashi's overall attributes, defense, and talent, he is far superior to Onmai Princess. But they can't bear it. There are so many LV-35 Purgatory-level bronze-armored warriors, 3 stars, and they are now dealing self-destruction damage at close range. The initial hit was close to 1 million. After breaking the defense, the power is approaching 3 million per explosion. The Ghostface General had a total of 30 million HP, and he constantly used various protective skills to resist, but in the end, he was still sacrificed to the undead and bombed to death. You killed Lord Ghostface General Musashi LV-39, and you gained 1.05 million experience points. Beheaded. General Ghostface is dead. The power of this undead sacrifice is really terrifying. But at the moment of his death, the world shook. It was as if a passage had been opened somewhere. In the void, an extremely terrifying torrent of energy and spiritual imprints descended. Rolling black tide poured into the Onmyoji's body. Ha ha ha, Musashi, your death is worth it. Although I failed to resurrect the complete form of Shikigami Tenyu, this power now can allow me to reach LV-50 and become a half-step god of war. Onmyoji uses his own body as a container to carry the power of the legendary great demon, Crow Tengu. The phantom of the LV-90 Crow Tengu appeared in the sky. Power pours down. The Onmyoji's body swelled violently, his black and white robes were torn, a pair of black fleshy wings sprouted from his back, his skin turned black, his face turned into a ferocious crow face, his black hair turned purple, and the color was as bright as flames, dancing. Boom boom boom. His body continues to grow in size. In the end, it turned into a terrifying giant with a level of 100 meters. Lin Chuan and others were shocked by this Shikigami Tianyu, and immediately went over to investigate. Name: Shikigami Tenyu. Level: 50 Quasi-War God level. Type: Lord. Health value: 1 billion. Attributes: Strength 30,000, Defense 50,000, Speed 5. Talents: Illusion of the Great Demon, Gigantization, Power of Yin and Yang, Invalid Tianyu True Flame, Invalid Kusanagi Sword Shadow, Invalid Shikigami Compass, Invalid. Skills: True Flame Sword LV10, Tianyu/LV10, 9 Palaces Yin and Yang Formation LV10, Demon Flame Arrow LV10, Penetrating Light LV10. Origin: the final lord of the hidden copy of Sakura City LV37, the final lord of Sakura City LV50. The Onmyoji from thousands of years ago, after being resurrected by the Jade Agent, sacrificed himself with evil magic, turned his body into a container, and summoned the illusion of the amazing demon, Crow Tengu. Due to the hasty conduct of this summoning ceremony, the 4 magical weapons prepared in advance, Kusanagi Sword, Onmyoji, True Flame, and Shikigami Compass failed, and Shikigami Tenyu could only exert 1/10 of his power. With this level of difficulty, Shikigami Tenyu, maybe you can have a chance. Combat Strength Assessment. 620 stars. At the end of the investigation, He Guangming and the others almost turned green. Quasi-God of War level. 1 billion blood. This kind of monster, even if the 4 powerful talents are ineffective, we can't defeat it. Hell, 50,000 points of defense, plus all kinds of defense talents, how can we fight? Agawa, resurrect Musashi quickly, let's leave here immediately. All of them are only at level 41 now, and they have no power to fight against monsters that are close to the God of War level. If you want to escape, none of you can escape, you will all die. Go to hell. Shikigami Tenyu clapped it down with a big hand, and the strong wind blew. When it hit the mountain, a big 5 fingerprint was left on the spot. The mountain shook and the ground trembled. Terrible. Quasi-war god level. How to fight? Lin Chuan naturally saw the difficulty of this monster, but he still said the same thing. Find wealth in danger. Is this Shikigami Tenyu, whose 4 major talents have failed and can only exert 1/10 of his strength? If he could revive this quasi-god of war monster, permanently acquire a talent or skill from the other party. As long as the soul chain is turned on, 30% of the attributes can be copied. By that time, Lin Chuan's strength will be at least dozens of times higher. At that time, when he goes out and a blind demon cultist tries to assassinate him, he will be able to kill him 100 times with his backhand. Lin Chuan didn't want to give up such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. What's more, if you kill this monster, you can get a big dungeon reward. Time is precious, and Lin Chuan doesn't want to miss such an opportunity to grow. Whatever you say, you have to try your best before saying it. Lin Chuan shouted. Let me try first. Musashi, revive me. You resurrected Ghostface General Musashi LV39, and you gained the talent, Unparalleled Swordsmanship. Gold level. A large number of more powerful, exquisite, and unique swordsmanship experience initiations, but unfortunately, they are of little use to Lin Chuan now. Musashi's speed has 390 points, and he also has various combat talents. In terms of defense and tankiness, the Ghost Armored Toad ranks first. But in terms of speed and damage, Musashi is obviously better. Lin Chuan immediately switched the soul chain to Musashi. Change to copy Musashi attributes. Defense and health are reduced. But the speed has been greatly enhanced. Speed, 201.5. Right pointing arrow 318.5. With this level of reflexes and speed, Lin Chuan was able to dodge Shikigami Tenyu's attacks with ease. Facing the undead summons such as Shikigami Tenyu, Musashi, Ghost Armor Toad, etc., I feel obvious fear in my heart. Legend has it that the great demon Crow Tengu was the monster god they once served. Now the power of illusion merges with Onmyoji, the transformed 100-meter giant. The power is terrifying. The huge giant spirit had wings on its back, a suit of armor, its hands were like demon hands, and its nails as black as ink were as sharp as steel. It's such a pity that all 4 magic weapons have failed. Just a few of you, I can kill you with my bare hands. Boom. A big hand stirred up the wind and grabbed it. Boom. A huge ravine was suddenly carved out of the mountain peak, and gravel flew away. In the eyes of this monster, some people in Linchuan are almost no different from little bugs. Zhonglong tried his best, put his hands together, and unleashed a level 40 ultimate move. Thunder Cannon. A huge thunder ball shot out, drew an arc in the air, and exploded on Shigami Tenyu's head with a bang. Minus 350,000. Critical hit. Only 350,000 damage was eliminated. And it's still a critical hit. Zhonglong was stunned, his scalp numb, such a tough monster. It's a quasi-god of war, it's too difficult to deal with. You know, this monster has a health volume of 1 billion. And Zhonglong's most powerful ultimate move now only has this little output. Not counting the monsters, health recovery, it takes at least 2,800 times and 40 big moves. On the way, Shikigami Tenyu cannot be attacked yet. Otherwise, death is certain. How to fight this? Shikigami Tenyu raised his hand and rubbed his cheek. It didn't hurt or itch. To him, the bite just now was like a mosquito bite. Bunch of bugs. Fortunately, this monster is very slow, probably because there was a malfunction in its advent ceremony and it did not fully integrate the power of Crow Tengu. And this became an opportunity for Lin Chuan and others. He Guangming seemed to have thought of something. Zhao Hu, aim at his chest and try to shoot him. Good. Zhao Hu raised his gun, and the cannon at the head of the gun deformed, condensing energy, and light spots gathered from all directions. The bursting energy cannon condensed at the muzzle. Boom! A super long-range artillery shot burst out. The yin and yang mirror on the chest of the Zongzong Shikigami Tenyu. Minus 1.35 million. Zhonglong looked at the damage numbers and was overjoyed. The yin-yang mirror is his weakness. Your shot is actually more powerful than my level 40 ultimate move. Everyone became a little excited and saw a glimmer of victory. He Guangming is worthy of being the team leader of everyone. Your mind is flexible enough. The advent ceremony of Shikigami Tenyu went wrong. Not only was his talent weakened, but the locations where he stored his magic weapons were also his weaknesses. The spirit plate on his left arm, the yin-yang mirror on his chest, and the place where the true flame is stored in his heart are all his weaknesses. He Guangming spoke quickly and analyzed quickly. Haha, even if you discover my weakness, so what? A bunch of bugs jumping up and down, come and die. Even though Shikigami Tenyu cannot use his 4 top talents, he still has other abilities. I saw him raising a hand, and a black ball appeared in his palm. Like a black hole, a terrible suction force appeared, rumbling, and strong wind rushed towards his palm. The moment the strong wind suddenly appeared, Lin Chuan and others immediately withdrew from Laoyuan in advance. But the ghost-armored toad was not so lucky. His movements were not as fast as Lin Chuan and others. It was blown up by the strong wind and captured by Shikigami Tianyu. Boom! The ghost-armored toad was grabbed by Shikigami Tenyu's big hand and smashed to the ground. The beast that eats the inside and outside, I will send you to hell first. Ah! The ghost-armored toad screamed, and with just a few hits, his body had cracked, and blood spurted out from the cracked flesh. The blood is flowing gurglingly. The power of this Shikigami Tianyu is really terrifying. Rather than being crushed to death by Shikigami Tenyu, it's better to sacrifice it directly. Lin Chuan glanced at the experience points. Experience value: 5.1 million. All the experience points are added to the Undead Sacrifice skill. You have consumed 4.8 million experience points, and the Undead Sacrifice has been raised to level 4. Power increased by 40%. That's pretty much it. Lin Chuan came from a long distance and hit Shikigami Tenyu with a wild attack mark. Add 120% buff. Then, teleportation of the dead. Buzz. A huge magic circle appeared under the ghost-armored toad. With a flash of white light, the ghostly armored toad disappeared. The monster under your hand suddenly disappeared. Shikigami Tianyu's pupils shrank, obviously surprised by Lin Chuan's methods. A mere level 20 human has some abilities. Yes, he is a talent. I will kill you and I will use the highest standard jade potion on you. Shishin Tianyu smiled ferociously and was about to grab Lin Chuan. Suddenly, he discovered that the disappeared ghost-armored toad actually appeared on his elbow. And that's where he hung the compass instrument, which is now the weak point. Boom! It's like a nuclear explosion. The terrifying red light rose into the sky, covering the sky, and the shocking sound was instantly transmitted to all directions. Ah! Shikigami Tianyu suffered tremendous pain, and one of his arms was blown off. The whole body was charred and black, and the body was almost falling apart. The armor, skin and flesh were opened, and the bones could be clearly seen. How is this possible? Shikigami Tianyu was shocked. Take another look at your blood volume. The explosion just now reduced a total of 190 million blood. Just a level 20 human. You've totally pissed me off. The great demon returns to heaven. Shikigami Tenyu used recovery skills, roared, and blood-red fighting spirit rose. The body shimmers with a healing blood light, and the blood volume recovers quickly. Plus 5 million, plus 5 million, plus 5 million. He was completely stiff and unable to move at this moment, and his defense had been broken. But after activating the recovery skill, the blood bar was growing visibly to the naked eye, and the wounds all over his body were also healing quickly. Sure enough, it worked. Lin Chuan is a bloody man. Don't be afraid of losing all your money. Anyway, if you brush it again, you can get these undead. But this quasi-war level Shikigami Tenyu is not easy to meet. Lin Chuan immediately used his teleportation skills. The two ghost dancers, General Ghost Bow, including thousands of villagers who lost 3 stars, bronze-armored warriors, and mutated silver wolves, they were all transferred to the body of Shikigami Tenyu by Lin Chuan. Blow it up. Boom. Sacrifice skills added. This move determines the outcome. If you win, everyone will be happy. If you lose, crush the escape stone and leave here. Minus 1.5 billion. Minus 130 million. Minus 170 million. Minus 1.05 million. Minus 1.3 million. The damage numbers are flooding the screen. Another billions of damage burst out. At this moment, Shikigami Tenyu only has a little over 300 million health left. However, under Lin Chuan, there was only one lord left, General Musashi. Musashi cannot be sacrificed, so Lin Chuan has to rely on Musashi's attribute blessing to increase the damage. At this moment, my heart skipped a beat, and there were 3,000 undead archers left to sacrifice together. 3,000 bronze-armored archers flashed their light and came to the yin-yang mirror of Shikigami Tenyu. Boom! The power of sacrifice explodes. Transformed into a ball of light and charged towards Shikigami Tenyu. Shikigami Tenyu roared, how could he be willing to be killed by a level 20 human? Minus 1.5 million. Minus 1.56 million. Minus 1.75 million. ... Die to me. All 3,000 undead archers were sacrificed. After the final blow, Shikigami Tenyu fell completely. Boom. Smoke and dust billowed. You killed the quasi-warlord Shikigami Tenyu, LV50. You gained 15 million experience points. You have obtained a magical weapon, Kusanagi Sword Imitation. You have obtained a hidden reward, Diamond Treasure Chest, LV30. You have obtained the secret treasure of the great world of Doomsday Hunting Ground. Boom. The corpse as huge as a mountain fell to the ground with a loud noise. The quasi-war level Shikigami Tenyu was killed by Lin Chuan even though his 4 top talents were disabled. Do it, get it done. The hidden lord was actually killed by Agawa with an undead explosion. That's a super lord with a billion health and 50,000 defenses. Xiaochuan just refreshed the dungeon once and is already so powerful. Thanks to Xiaochuan, I also received a hidden mission reward, which is a golden treasure chest. Me too, ha ha ha, I'm more prosperous this time. I really don't know what old god of war Qin's reaction would be if he knew this. A dragon appears in our Haibing city. He Guangming and others were all overjoyed. Lin Chuan gasped for breath and sacrificed all the resurrected undead this time, except for General Musashi. Fortunately, the results are very gratifying. Shikigami Tenyu, a quasi-war god, was really blown to death by himself. Lin Chuan took out a bottle of Remy's Aid, which was a bottle of light golden high-level alchemical potion. Contains essence. Manipulating the undead to sacrifice is extremely harmful to the body. Especially people like Lin Chuan who overuse skills such as undead sacrifice and undead teleportation. Now his whole body's meridians, bones, and muscles seem to be limp and about to fall apart. This feeling is like an ordinary person running for 30 kilometers continuously. He was about to suffer severe collapse and die from exhaustion. This time, the dungeon was resurrected continuously, detonating the sacrificial undead, and the blue bar was almost empty. Gurgling. After drinking a bottle of Remy's Aid, the damage caused by excessive use of mana on the body was quickly restored. It feels like the dry earth is being nourished and it feels very good. The blood volume and mana volume were both visible to the naked eye. After the mana level is almost restored, Lin Chuan raised a hand. Resurrection. Shikigami Tenyu. 1/3 of the mana that the body had just recovered was immediately drained. The dead Shikigami Tenyu seemed to have gone back in time, his injuries healed, and he regained consciousness. Enlargement is his natural ability and can be used at will. With a thought in Lin Chuan's mind, Shikigami Tenyu stood up again and transformed into a 2-meter-tall form. Dear Master, thank you for allowing me to be saved and saving me from endless confusion. Shikigami Tenyu knelt down on one knee, performing the same thing as Musashi and others. No matter how noble he is, once he is resurrected by Lin Chuan, he will be extremely loyal and serve Lin Chuan as his master. You resurrected the quasi-war level Super Lord Shikigami Tenyu LV50 and you obtained the talent, Tianyu True Flame Platinum. Tianyu True Flame. The natal true fire of the legendary Great Demon Crow Tengu contains terrifying demonic power and is extremely destructive. Extra plus 200 fire attribute. Obtained a platinum talent. In addition, the fire attribute skyrocketed by 200 points again, which is not bad. Then, Lin Chuan opened the 2 treasure boxes one after another. You opened a diamond treasure chest LV30 and you obtained a piece of diamond level equipment. Codex of Hades. Name, Hell Code. Category, Weapons. Grade, Diamond. Level, 30. Attributes, plus 500 Intelligence. Effect, increased damage, skill damage increased by 100%. Spirit of Hades active skill. The Spirit of Hades is sealed in the code, and can be released to investigate the surroundings. Soul Search active skill. You can use the code to use the Soul Search ability on the target. Soul Eater. Each time a soul is collected, intelligence will be permanently increased by 1 point, with a maximum increase limit of 500 points, valid for one person only. Lin Chuan scanned a circle of attribute entries and secretly exclaimed, "What a great piece of equipment. It's worthy of being a diamond. It doubles the damage and has 2 practical active skills. In addition, the equipment itself has a 500-point intelligence bonus." Moreover, as long as he completes the soul-eating mission, Lin Chuan can increase his intelligence by 500 points. That's 1000 intelligence. It's amazing. Even if you don't use this equipment in the future, you can still get the 500 bonus permanently. However, this attribute entry is only valid for one person. If the diamond equipment is sold to others in the future, others will not be able to enjoy this effect. Although it was a level 30 piece of equipment, Lin Chuan was not afraid. He knew that there was a treasure called Overlord Contract, which allowed him to use equipment that was level 10 above his own. In addition to the diamond treasure chest, Lin Chuan also received a large secret treasure. This is his unique reward. You opened the Apocalyptic Hunting Ground series of secret treasures, and you obtained the title, the Apocalyptic Savior Platinum. Name, the Eschatological Savior. Category, Title. Grade, Platinum. Grade 1. Attributes, all attributes plus 100. Effect, End of the World Reputation plus 1500. Doomsday Human Favorability plus 1000. Plus 50% damage to Doomsday series monsters. It turned out to be a title, very useful in the dungeons of the Apocalyptic series. High reputation makes it easier to trigger high-quality tasks. There is also a special damage increase, which is not bad. As for the favorability of human beings in this apocalyptic world, Lin Chuan was quite confused. According to the principle of dungeons, don't all the dungeons in the Apocalyptic Hunting Ground series originate from a destroyed parallel world? What, are there still living humans there? Lin Chuan scratched his head. There were some things for which he did not have enough information and could not make inferences. He only knew that in addition to dungeons for grinding monsters and clearing levels, there were also some dungeons for team cooperation, team confrontation, and individual survival in this world. But I haven't heard that there are humans inside. Zhao Hu also opened the treasure chest. Got a nice reward out of it. Come over with a smile. Haha, congratulations, Xiaochuan, now you have a quasi-war god level undead summon. Zhao Hu said with a smile. Lin Chuan, it's true that I sacrificed all my previous gains. Brother Zhao Hu, Brother He, you should all have received rewards. Yes, thanks to you, each of the 3 of us has a golden treasure chest. He Guangming, I opened a gold level light stone, which can be used to enhance and enchant my holy light skills. Zhong Long, I'm not going to open it, I want to sell it. Now before the college entrance examination, prices are rising. In the past, a level 30 gold treasure chest only cost 50,000 gold coins, but this time of year, it is estimated to sell for 100,000. He Guangming. How about it, now you are at level 20. You can enter dungeons 5 times a day, do you still want to continue to play Sakura City? Lin Chuan. Then brush it 3 more times. There's no better copy around. Lin Chuan decided to continue to paint Sakura City. Switching the soul chain to Shikigami Tenyu, the terrifying bonus of the quasi-war god level almost doubled Lin Chuan's attributes several times. HP, 10,000 plus 300 million, HP recovery 70,000 per second. Mana value, 7,600 190,000, mana recovery 3,660 per second. Attributes, strength 33.5 plus 9000, speed 201.5. Defense 25.2 plus 15,000, Wisdom 95 plus 1500. Elemental attributes. Gold 55, Wood 53, Water 57, Fire 265, Earth 53, Wind 100. It was a blast. The health value exceeds 300 million, the defense attribute exceeds 10,000, the strength is 9,000 plus, and the intelligence is close to 1,600. At this moment, Lin Chuan's energy and blood were as strong as a dragon, and his physique was terrifying. In terms of attributes alone, it is almost equal to some people close to the god of war. Moreover, he also obtained 30% of the various talent effects of Shikigami Tenyu. Such strength is far beyond that of students at the same level. It's a pity that the 4 major talents of this Shikigami Tenyu are ineffective. If Tianyu can be stronger, Lin Chuan can also receive higher blessings, etc. Lin Chuan remembered something. He had just obtained a Kusanagi sword imitation weapon. Lin Chuan moved his hand and took out a Kusanagi sword with a restrained cold light from the storage module. Shikigami Tenyu, I leave this to you. Thank you, Lord. With it, one of my talents can be activated. Shikigami Tenyu took the Kusanagi sword, and his body immediately burst into light, as if some chain had been broken. The strength has improved greatly, and the aura has skyrocketed. Shikigami Tenyu obtains the Kusanagi sword imitation and the Kusanagi sword talent can be activated. In other words, as long as the other 3 magical treasures are found, Shikigami Tenyu can regain his full strength. Although the attributes have not increased, activating a top talent will definitely enhance the actual combat ability even more. After the final lord was killed, a whirlpool passage appeared on the scene. Cleared. Complete the hidden mission. Got hit 47 times. Rating. SS level. Zhao Hu scratched his head, dumbfounded. It's us who are holding Xiaochuan back. After saying this, several people called him a good guy in their hearts. They were obviously here to help Lin Chuan paint pictures, but now they were at the tail end of the team. It's not that they were attacked too many times, otherwise the score would be higher. In everyone's eyes, a light sign appeared in each person's eyes. This is the clearing reward after clearing the dungeon. It is equivalent to a guaranteed treasure chest. Can extract equipment, skills, talent books, rare materials and some gold coins. Lin Chuan touched the light card. Luck is average, only gold coins are rewarded. You obtained 5 gold coins and 60 silver coins. The dungeon gold coins went directly into Lin Chuan's crystal card. Zhao Hu was lucky. In addition to gold coins, he also got a piece of level 30 silver equipment. When the time comes, he can throw it into the auction house and get some money. Everyone crossed over one after another, leaving the copy space and returning to reality. When I came in, it was only 10 o'clock in the morning, and now it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun was still burning brightly, but it had changed its position in the sky. Redeemed 3 more admission tickets. Everyone entered the copy again. As soon as he entered the dungeon, Lin Chuan summoned Shikigami Tenyu and Ghostface General. It was a complete one-sided massacre. You killed 75 villager zombies and gained 250,000 experience points. You killed General Ghostface and gained 310,000 experience points. You killed Ghost Dancer and gained 290,000 experience points. You have obtained a silver treasure chest. 7 minutes into the game, Lin Chuan and his party came to the Lord, General Ghostface. General Ghostface looked at the ghost-armored toad, General Ghost Gong, General Ghostface and others who had been resurrected by Lin Chuan with expressions of astonishment. Where did the counterfeit come from and dare to pretend to be me? The one who responded to him was Shikigami Tenyu, with a sharp Kusanagi slash. Ah, General Ghostface is naturally no match for the quasi-war god-level Shikigami Tenyu. Moreover, the current Shikigami Tenyu has also recovered a top talent. An arm was cut off directly by the light of a sword. General Ghostface was frightened and killed by Shikigami Tengo's 3 swords. 7 minutes 12 seconds. The copy is finished. Lin Chuan took a look at the harvest. There are 5 Lord-level undead, 172 3-star bronze armor warriors, 315 3-star undead archers, 145 3-star mutated silver wolves, other ordinary zombies, and geisha zombies, a total of 251. He Guangming suddenly thought of something. Xiaochuan, since you have enough ability, go for a solo brush. Why don't you go try it alone? In 7 minutes, we already have a chance to hit the fastest clearance record. If we can break the record, there will be additional rewards for the copy. Because the level of a few of us has exceeded the dungeon level, if you play with us, there is no way to hit the record. Is there any other way to say this? Nowadays, He Guangming and others know Lin Chuan's strength very well. Even if the map is 5 levels more difficult, Lin Chuan can easily and quickly clear it, not to mention that he only needs to clear the map once to improve his strength by 1 point. Lin Chuan. Okay, let me try. He Guangming. Well, we'll wait for you outside the dungeon. But be careful, although I know that this sentence is nonsense to Lin Chuan today. Lin Chuan is now equivalent to taking a dungeon monster and a quasi-war god to brush another dungeon. It's not difficult at all, and Lin Chuan himself has over 100 million health and an incredibly high defense. Unless he commits suicide, there is no danger at all. But a few people still want to mention it. After all, Lin Chuan's value to Daxia is too great. Some things just happened to happen. Lin Chuan just entered the copy space. No, the Northern Military Headquarters, a group of heavy armed helicopters, roared in. From the helicopter, there were several generals wearing white suits and capes similar to those of One Piece, Navy, and World Government. Just open the helicopter door and jump out of the sky. At the scene, some professionals recognized the identity of the visitor and exclaimed, God of War Qin Shan, God of War Wang Gang, God of War Gao Yingji. Why are there so many gods of war? And the 4-star general of the Northern Military Region, Thunder Tiger God King Shaho Kang. Qin Shan, the god of war, was only a lieutenant general. But this Sha Hukang is a level 70 general. He is one of the 10 most powerful professionals in Daxia and the military leader of the 9th Army Northern Military Region. Such people are the backbone of Daxia. With him, Daxia can stand strong in the world. Such people are very busy and have to practice a lot every day. They want to ensure their strength and level. Once the rules of heaven and earth change again, the level limit breaks through to LV80. They must rush forward immediately. Time is extremely precious to them, but how could such a person put down their heavy training and come to the Sakura City dungeon? What happened? Why are all the big shots from Sha's 5 major military regions and the Northern Military Region here? Sha Hokang is tall and burly. Although he is a bit old, he is energetic. A head full of blue hair spread like a waterfall. There is light blue thought energy flowing around his body, and he is obviously a top Qigong master. He raised his hand, and his soldiers immediately cleared the scene and sealed it off. Dragon Spear War God Wang Gang complained as he walked, Old Qin, you are so reckless. It's such a big deal, but you just let Lin Chuan and a team of people download the LV35 Purgatory Dungeon without telling us. If Lin Chuan makes any mistake, the gear of fate that Idaxia has finally turned will be blocked by you. After receiving the news about Lin Chuan from Qin Shan, the big shots in the entire military department immediately paid the highest attention to it. They all put down what they were doing and rushed to the military branch where Haibing City was located. Even Sha Hukang, who was in seclusion in the Great Secret Realm, returned to reality immediately. After the people were dispersed, a barrier appeared, covering the square, blocking out all surrounding exploration. Later, when he came to the Whirlpool Passage, Qin Shan saw He Guangming and others. He Guangming, Zhong Long and Zhao Hu, but not Lin Chuan. I am so old, Lin Chuan, where are the people? Where have people gone? He Guangming and others immediately saluted. Qin Shan frowned. He Guangming, why are you all outside, where is Lin Chuan? He Guangming's Adam's apple squirmed, oh my god, what a coincidence. This won't cause big trouble. Mr. Qin, Xiaochuan, well, he is in the copy. What? Wang Gang was so angry that he almost took out his gun and punched these fools hard, each wearing a hole. This Lin Chuan is such an important person. He can resurrect everything, and his strategic significance can almost be raised to the highest level. As a result, you guys were asked to be the nannies for painting pictures, and you asked Lin Chuan to do the painting himself, right? Is this behavior inappropriate and bullshit? Wang Gang shouted. You let Lin Chuan paint the pictures by himself. What kind of difficulty is it? Didn't he just wake up today? Qin Shan was also a little angry, but he almost didn't get angry. Nonsense. I gave you thousands of instructions, but you guys actually let Lin Chuan go in by yourself. What a nonsense, Sha Hukang said in a deep voice. Tell me, what's going on? Shocked by the god of war's energy, Zhang Long and Zhao Hu were completely covered in ice and could not speak. He Guangming reluctantly said, General, Mr. Qin, Mr. Wang, in fact, Lin Chuan, after finishing the first drawing, his strength has surpassed us. We asked him to do it by himself in order to have an impact on the dungeon clearance record. Swipe this picture and I'll surpass you, send it to me. Are you too weak, or is he going to rebel? Wang Gang didn't believe this nonsense at all. A genius, who is not? He can become the god of war, and he is also a famous genius. But he definitely didn't believe that one could reach the elite level cultivated by the military region over several years in just one day. So funny, how can it be? He Guangming and the others are elites in their 40s after all. Can Lin Chuan directly upgrade to level 40 through a copy of Sakura City? And he has no equipment or skills. Even in Qinshan, Sha Hokang felt that these words were outrageous. Something even more outrageous happened. Above the purple-red vortex channel, a light screen notice appeared. Congratulations to the team for their Xin Lian victory. The Sakura City copy record has been refreshed. Duration of clearance 3 minutes 12. Team member Lin Dadi. The surname is Lin, the time is consistent, and there is only one person in the team. Sha Hokang, who had seen big scenes and big storms, could hardly hold back. Could it be that? It is true. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.